I got to say, I actually don't know where to begin here, Mike. Where should we start?
I mean, I think you know where I want to start.
I know, but I understand. But it's been what? When last show? A week ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
Yep. Last Tuesday, we did the thing with Tommy Dreamer yesterday, which is sort of a one-off, not really a show, but, we were doing some stuff and running around. Did you listen to it or not? I liked it a lot, actually. More than I didn't know Tommy Dreamer.
That's what I like to hear. There you go. Well done.
You got it, boss.
Well done. You weren't in on the, I didn't sneak into the Minifan message board, whatever it is, on Twitter, where they all sit around. I actually popped in there on Saturday, on the show account where they all get together.
Yeah.
And I can sense already they're starting to turn against me.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is inevitable. So I'm waiting for this to happen. So I figured they wouldn't like that one, which is okay. No big deal. I got to admit, from my end, and we'll get to the other stuff in a second, but on my end, when he said that it was sort of over-reported, that story, my heart kind of sank a little bit. He's, the whole thing with the murder, suicide. And,
yeah.
I was expecting a little more juice to that. So when he said, hey, and I thought, oh, fuck. But it was much better than I thought.
It was interesting when he talked about shooting himself about 3 different times, which is always in the ring. And
what's weird when he says that, and then he says he's not, I tried to bring it up. He's a talker, which is fine.
Yeah.
But when he said, but I'm not really depressed. I'm kind of like, well, I've never seen a therapist. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do or not to do, but that seems like there may be some other stuff going on. He said he broke up with his girlfriend in, in high school or some fucking story.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice mix. You get the 4th of July weekend. I thought it was nice to come down off that. Well, how was your nice murder
Everyone
talk.
wants to know. Everyone's asking me all over Maine, how was your 4th of July weekend? Everyone's talking about Blind Mike.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Nothing really. Just
nothing
had
at all?
Friends over, all that. Yeah, nothing crazy.
No? Did you do any, I saw you did a show with MHB.
I did. Yep.
Yes.
We did a trash talk yesterday.
How was it? It was good.
It was good.
Some of the same stuff we're going to cover here in a moment.
Probably. Not quite as entertaining, but...
Well, I don't know. You did some Stern stuff, which I'm definitely going to get to.
Yeah,
You didn't talk about Moroso, though.
No, we kind of previewed it a little bit.
Okay.
We brushed on it.
I'm not sure.
I wanted to save most of the juice for this.
I'm not sure I want to enter that world. I'm not sure where to go. I will do it in a second. I want to avoid it as much as I can. It's like I'm trying to think of I don't know where to go with it. It's so we'll play it. It's disturbing. It's disturbing, right?
Very, yeah.
Even if it's him joking around, it's just like
it's weird.
Yeah,
it's
no matter
weird.
which way you spin it, it's disturbing. Like if he's kidding, it's disturbing. If he's not, it's really disturbing. You compare it to what?
The Mel Gibson tapes were the first thing that came to mind. But at least Mel Gibson didn't know he was being recorded.
That's true.
So it's true. This is more troubling in my opinion.
Well, and it's important to know as we go on. We'll get to it. That this was on the 4th of July at 9:00 at night. I'm not sure what that means on a bunch of levels.
Yeah, there could be some.
It's I'm sitting there, with I get Harry sitting in my lap watching the fireworks, and I go get ready to go to bed, and I hit my phone, and I see voicemail and missed call from Mark Moroso, and I'm thinking
that was the first thing I wanted to ask is, did you ignore the call?
No.
Or did you see? Okay,
I was watching fireworks, and he called me at 9:00, and we'll play. And of course, there's no humor in it at all. It's all half jokes. But
it's entirely humor.
I know you want to do a week on this.
Yeah,
so I know.
I really do.
I don't blame
It's all I've thought about for 4 days.
I don't blame you. I'm disturbed by it, and of course, only in my world. Mark Moroso is my former producer at Entercom for a little bit, twice, as I did the old podcast, which is in a lot of ways similar, I think, to yesterday's podcast. We'd have a guest on and talk for a while and whatever. We tried to get Steve Robinson at one point. He wouldn't do it. Steve Robinson's my producer now. He's gone. We hired Dave Cullinane to replace Moroso. He lasted 2 days. He is now back filling in for Robinson. Cullinane left because of the Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein story. And yesterday, the Jeffrey Epstein story is the biggest story in the country. So Cullinane is here today. He'll defend himself. I want to hear his version of the story here in a minute. But first, obviously, we got to get to our great friends at GetRoman.com. We know. I actually was watching what was I watching last night? You probably didn't watch this. The CNN documentary. They're doing this thing about movies. Have you seen this?
No.
So they're doing 2 hours on different decades of movies. It was the 80s. I actually watched it on demand. Although there was one of those ones on demand where you can't fast forward through, which fucking
That's annoying.
It drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It really does. Anyways, I'm doing a commercial. the guy from Roman came on. He did like a minute-long commercial. I don't know the guy who runs it. It was actually pretty interesting. He talked about how you could talk to interactive people there. They have questions. They can ask you. They'll send you stuff. They're very forward in terms of men's cancer as well. But, the real reason people go to GetRoman.com, GetRoman.com, is to have longer-lasting sex. Have you used yours yet?
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yeah, I used it on the 4th of July.
Let me hear it.
And maybe there's some drinking going on, so it's nice.
While Marissa's calling me, you're putting this on your body. Let me let me hear the experience.
No, I put it on as I was listening to the Moroso voice.
You would have needed that.
Yeah, no.
So let me hear it. Let me hear the experience.
I was tipping a few back, so it helps you. I would say there's no other way to do business.
Was it successful?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, definitely.
And the I assume it was with your girlfriend?
Yes, of course.
No complaints? Very happy?
No complaints. Yeah, more, lasted longer, of course, which is nice for me. I could use that.
That's what it's all about. So lasting longer. We're going to play later on. We got a couple of Romans during the show. We have a actual female listener, a testimonial, if you will, about the powers of GetRoman. GetRoman.com. Go there today. Use the promo code Kirk. Save a little bit of money. Help us out as well. GetRoman.com/Kirk. GetRoman.com/Kirk for longer lasting sex. It's very easy. Great price. Can't go wrong. Blind Mike's using it. We have listener testimonials we'll get to later. Can't go wrong. GetRoman.com. GetRoman.com/Kirk.
I'm listening to Kirk Minihane's podcast.
Sports and show business.
Kirk Minihane, who is apparently a derelict of some kind.
That is Kirk Minihane. No one more controversial right now in the sports talk world.
That's what I'm talking about. Sports!
Kirk Minihane, what kind of thug are you?
Yes, well, he is white hot right now.
The head. I also want to say something about Kirk Minihane because I like him.
Kirk is like a sports genius who everyone hates.
No, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
Okay, so this is totally, Mike. I'm leaving this up to you today.
All right,
to kick things off. Do you want to go Stern? Do you want to go U.S. women's soccer? Do you want to go King?
I was very into the U.S. women's soccer. So
I just don't. I can't. I don't really want to get any trouble today. I'm not really. It's hot. There's no AC in here. But it's just this weekend was just a fucking Twitter fest of these people. Look, the women won soccer. Fantastic. It already feels like it's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They won. Awesome. Great. Congratulations. But can we stop fucking topping each other? And they were the favorites going in, right? I have no idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
At worst, the co-favorites,
I guess.
So they won. What's the big fucking deal? Why is this? They're people talk about how empowering and aren't we past that now? Have we got there?
Well, not until they are paid more than everyone else on the planet.
And I could be wrong, but I've seen the men's World Cup was last year, right?
Yeah.
Brought in $4 billion. Mm-hmm. The Women's World Cup brings in $140 million.
Nah, who cares?
I mean, what
get these numbers out here.
What? That's am ridiculous. I missing anything else? Is there anything else in this conversation that
yes.
needs to, what's that?
The women are more empowering to young people than the men.
And you see these tweets,
and that's worth more than billions, Kirk.
And you see these tweets from these assholes, like your friend Pete Abraham at the Boston Globe. Did you see this one over the weekend?
Yeah.
Where he said he was at a baseball game, of course. He was in Chicago, I think. And the game ends. This is just. Does anybody believe this happened?
Pete tweets like he's in a rocking chair, gently telling his grandchildren about these tales.
A bunch of people were watching the USWNT game. That rolls off the tongue. In the press box at Comerica Park. This older gentleman who works at the park slapped his hands together when it ended. Isn't that great? He said several times. Fabulous. Cool seeing how sports can shape society.
That is cool. That is cool.
Okay, so, great. They won. Fantastic. Awesome. How does that shape society?
Because, now...
Billie Jean King winning, I understand. She did beat a 60-year-old man, and people think they threw the match, but that's no big deal. She won, and I understand. At the time, there was a huge discrepancy. What changed?
Because if women can play soccer, they can do anything. Didn't you know that?
Don't we know that? I don't know. I feel like... my daughter's 12. She's got a bunch of friends. They were semi into it. Some were, some weren't. None of them think that they can't do anything at this point,
right?
Which is awesome. Great. They all think that. 38-year-olds on Twitter or Pete Abrahams on Twitter are acting like this is something that
it's because eventually people lose things to complain about. It's kind of
it's so dumb.
Women's soccer, at least in this country, is equal to men's soccer. So you've achieved that. But
I'd say it's bigger.
It's bigger, yeah. So but but there's just things people want to complain about, so they're like, well, see, the women can win, they should be paid more.
But all these people tweeting,
there's no money there.
3 months from now, if some women's soccer league is start up again in America, maybe there's one now, inevitably will, they're not going to go watch it. It's the same fucking thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So these people pandering on, I don't know. And then you get people like, I don't know, what's her name, Colleen, the one who
Natalie,
asked you never to we can never mention her.
Oh, sorry.
Which one?
The one who said never to mention her or something on Natalie
something.
Wiener, isn't it Natalie? The one who blocked me.
Yeah. She blocks everybody. She blocked me. I've never communicated with her in my life. She blocked me on Twitter. She tweets out, she's got a blue check mark, whatever that means. Something as great as the imbuing.
Okay, good. I thought I was an idiot because I didn't know what that was.
Right there with that word. That sounds like a Steve word, by the way. That's my first shot. That's my first shot.
That is a Steve word. Even something as great as the USWNT with nationalistic significance still contributes to the toxic myth of American exceptionalism. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
Of all the traits and qualities a team represents, probably the least important one is American. Like, what
does that mean?
I don't even. Okay, what are the people talking about?
Definitely on the soccer. She is right, technically.
What's that?
The least important trait to their winning was what country they were from.
Yeah, they had the best players, I think, right? I mean,
so she is, technically, there's not a lot you can argue with. You can't sue her for slander.
I would almost say to her, if she wanted to come on, she won't. Like, I almost don't even disagree with her. Like, this flag-waving crap over the weekend where people are trying, like, okay, relax. It's a fucking soccer game.
Yeah. Well, she didn't even want you to mention that you asked her to be on.
Well, so Dave emailed and asked her to come on or whatever and said, hey, Dave, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't discuss anything related to me on the podcast. Typically what follows any mention of my name by a Barstool employee is a flood of harassment. Thanks, Natalie. So I'm telling everyone right now, honestly, this is not me. Do not, just leave her alone. No big deal. I don't understand, but I'll never understand that. I don't know. You know, I just don't.
No, I won't have the argument with you, and don't you dare speak my name.
Don't mention my. Well, you tweeted something out. Like now, I can't react to it.
I didn't even know.
Only if you agree with it.
I didn't even know how to request her because I couldn't even comprehend that tweet. Like, what was I going to say?
Well, did you message her?
Yeah, I said, let's see, can you discuss your tweet about the U.S. women's team and your toxic myth viewpoint? Because that was the only wording I could come up with because I had no idea what she was talking about.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, but stuff like that all weekend, you see it over and over and fucking over again. It's just, I don't know what to, I don't know what to say. Maybe I just shouldn't care. I really don't that much. I ignored it. I didn't watch. Did you watch it?
No. Well, I saw the ending because my roommate was watching it. And it was almost like he had to. Like, it was like, he was just, people just watch it.
I saw the Barstool people tweet. I'm just like, that's why I say I'm separated from this world because they're all so excited. I'm like, what the fuck are you excited about?
Well, they gamble on it too, which is
is that what it is?
I'm assuming that's
different, I guess, but still.
Yeah, but that's like 5 of them.
Yeah,
that's not the whole company.
Like USA and like, hey, fuck you, you flopper on the other team, and I'm like, you don't really care at all.
No,
like,
of course
there's no way you care that much. Like, what do you do? I don't know. It's weird, but like I said, it's gone, and nobody will care about it, and it'll be out of our lives and whatever. But and then what's her face?
Rapinoe.
Yeah, of course, the extreme left treats her like she's a hero, and the extreme right treats her like she's this evil person, where it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, but I will say, I think we're at the point where it's not that brave if you say you're not going to want to see Trump. Like, that seems to me to be the easy thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, and it gets exhausting. I think we're almost getting to the point where sometimes, like, this seems like a case with the soccer team that all that shit, like Natalie Wiener and all that, people are kind of like, oh, okay. Like, there's not as much outrage as there used to be, on either side.
Yeah, but people, they said the fans were chanting equal pay, and they don't. And I remember reading a story. I actually read a story in Time Magazine a few months ago. It was about Alex Morgan. She was on the cover, and there was this long story, and I think it was in like the dentist office. I don't know, not that matters. But I'm reading it and like talking about equal pay and how she's leading this crusade, and she's a pioneer, and how it's not fair. And buried in like the 27th paragraph was that stat that the men's World Cup makes 26 times with the women. I'm thinking,
so it is fair. It's literally fair.
I'm like, that's actually the only part that matters in the entire.
Right.
Like, it would be like saying, I'm trying to think, if there was a concert tour, and I don't know, whoever, John Oates away from Darrell Hall opened for Taylor Swift, and he's like, you know what? I don't. We're both musicians. Like, I don't understand.
It's not really fair.
Yeah. Why am I not getting paid what you're getting paid? Like, I don't know. Who's the fourth? It's if Sandra Bullock's in a movie. The fifth male lead, whoever the fucking guy from Mike and Molly, fucking Mike, gets his big role in a comedy. Should he get paid as much as Sandra Bullock? Of course not. The market doesn't. It's about the market. To me, that's all that matters. I don't know.
When we talk about NFL money, though, it always comes down to the ratings and how much money they make in ad dollars. Didn't the women's team do like triple what the men did? The numbers were bananas.
Yeah, that's not the revenue, though. I mean, the World Cup is a world event. Like, it's not just the U.S. It's just. I mean, look, they want to pay each one of these women. I don't know who's the governing body. The
FIFA.
If they want to pay each of them fucking $10 million, great. I don't care. But it's like it's not. They got what, $250,000 for winning each? Is that right?
What's $4 million divided by however many players are?
20 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they got two. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Can we never talk about this again? I'm fucking annoyed talking about it. And Blind Mike's like, I don't want to talk about it. Mike's like, I don't want to talk about anything else. Let's just fucking stop.
Yeah, there's nothing I've been giddy about.
Anything else could be going on in the world right now. It wouldn't even matter. Has anybody heard? Have you heard from Robinson? I have not.
Oh boy, did we?
You did?
This morning, he wished us luck. I think he's very nervous.
Oh, what do you mean? What, he text you?
He DM'd me. He DM'd me and Dave and said, "Good luck today, boys. I'll be listening on my flight."
Why not hear anything?
He doesn't think you need luck, apparently.
He didn't reach out to me. No. Oh, is that true?
Oh, yeah. I think he's a little nervous.
He scared the shit out of me yesterday. So he texted me yesterday morning at 8:30 and says, "Are you all good for today?" Which my first thought was, and I'm 45. It's 8:30. I'm 45 minutes away.
Right.
Do we have a fucking show today? Which we didn't.
Right.
So why would he? And he had no reason to text me. There was nothing going on yesterday.
This has already started, by the way. I don't know if you heard this as you were walking in.
What's this?
He's kind of telling me, just for the future, we don't need to. You can be in on when we have.
Oh, I just heard that. Yeah.
So this is already
right.
I'll tell Steve when he gets back.
This is not passive. This is me helping.
Well, what's helping? Well, would Steve? Did you have some role? Because I texted yesterday morning. Did you have some role in getting this yesterday's up at all or no?
Not really. Just emailed one of the dudes at Barstool and just said, "Can you confirm?"
That's probably what Steve meant. No?
Yeah, but I mean that's a little ridiculous. No. Why do I really need to confirm that for? Can he send the same email?
I think you're reaching on that one. No, am I wrong?
No, I'm not Barry. I'm just saying I was scared because I thought you were doing a show out of the blue. I don't know.
Day one.
And you tweeted something random. You tweeted, like, should we have a show with Bendinson? He said, tomorrow, do you want to do a show?
Well, I just meant in general at Bendinson. I don't really pay attention to it.
Okay, I'm paying attention. I'm using your words.
Well, I think, Dave, if I was doing a show in here, I would need a producer. I would probably make you aware of that. I know this. It's that complicated.
Bendinson could hit the buttons for you.
And then 12:30 a.m. this morning, Robinson texts me, Sue O'Connell wants back on.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. So what?
I'm not Bear. I'm just saying.
Well, no, come on. What is? But why do you say? What does it matter what time it was?
12:30.
It was a different time. I don't know what time it is where he is.
Yeah, but why? Like, wouldn't that be a text for you? Why?
No, I think Steve knows. Keep everything off my plate. You can add. You then come and ask me, and I say yes.
All right. So I say, do you want Sue O'Connell? And we figure it out. Okay.
Yes, that's. Wouldn't you say, Mike? That's
great
how
guy.
it works.
I appreciate the text. Great guy.
You didn't like when I texted you that I was going to be late this morning, and then got here before you?
Yeah, I just was like, why
I might be late, Kirk. I was here still 5 minutes early.
Texting? Well, I knew you'd be here on time. Yeah. It didn't matter. Then we get in here, of course, we're late, we're running behind, and fucking Mike is not shutting up, making a case for Jeffrey Epstein. Like, all right, like I understand you like him, it's fine, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you haven't seen all of his work,
So all right, we'll do the backstory now. We'll get it out of the way from Mike, because I know Mike's dying to, we got some time before the next Roman. We got like 15, 20 minutes.
All right.
So, to get to Moroso, this is like the worst thriller of all time involving like producers. It's like, it'd be like a bad like 1995, like Matthew Broderick trying to be like a dramatic actor. So I gave you the whole backstory. So let's get to Colony News here. Robinson's gone till when?
3 weeks, right?
End of July.
Jesus Christ. So where is he right now? Do we know?
He said he'd be listening to us today on his flight to Rome. So I don't know where he is right now.
Flight to Rome. I have not heard word one from Robinson. I think he knows that, we're good. Like, he'll come back.
He didn't call you on the 4th just to see?
He did not. He did not leave me a message on the 4th. I'm looking at this as we speak right now. I don't know if you paid attention to this yesterday, the Kevin Spacey thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like Spacey's going to walk, by the way. And honestly, it's because, like, the fucking family totally fucked this up. Like, they're deleting stuff and...
Justice served.
Yeah, Heather Unruh deleted a bunch of old messages that made the son look bad or whatever. I have the Mark Moroso 1 minute, 23 second message. I'm not going to delete this only because I believe it's going to be, as I said, evidence one day when I wind up... and that's one of those deaths where I'm going to get stabbed. Like, on Dateline, they say it's like a passion death. I'm going to get stabbed like 712 times. I'll get fucked. I'll have Moroso come like inside me.
Well, I never thought that would be the case until hearing this voice.
This changed everything.
Yeah, it really did, yeah.
So to get there, as I said, we have to walk through the path. He wanted the job, my old job when I was doing stuff for radio.com. powerhouse in podcasting. We'll get to this week, I'm sure, at some point. My friend Rob Bradford's on tomorrow. On the Big Time Baseball show. We talked yesterday. He begged me not to make fun of it, which means...
Why would he do that?
Well, obviously...
I love Rob, Jesus Christ.
We'll obviously leave it alone. But honestly, like, Rob is like a huge upgrade to that show. He has some fucking energy, whatever you think of him. Can't speak, but he has energy. So Moroso was... I'm trying to think of a way to put this that's nice. He was a shitty producer.
Lovable, though. Lovable dude.
Nice guy.
He's a shitty producer. Yeah. You had lunch with this guy, Dave.
I did.
Fuck. So it's a weird. Isn't it a weird world? It's such a weird world.
Bizarre.
So Moroso was, nice guy, I guess. Terrible at the job. Was never going to hire him. We were stringing him along. We got Cullinane. Hired Cullinane. We were excited. Met with him. This is good. This is going to happen. So before we get to the Moroso Moroso voicemail, we should probably get to what led to Moroso then again thinking he was going to have another chance.
Yeah.
Is the Dave Cullinane era at Entercom, which lasted how long?
48 hours.
48 hours. I'm not sure it lasted that long. 48 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two working days. 16 hours.
Barely 2 working days. So Dave got hired. We were really excited. He's a good producer. He's here as well.
Excited is a little extreme. I don't know how excited. First of all, I was your number 3.
Well, Mark Moroso was my previous
Was I your number 3?
So I was excited.
What was I, though? Was I your number 3?
What do you mean? Behind whom and whom?
Ken.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yep.
Me.
Yes.
You don't. You could add in some other people.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't like you were after Ken was sort of. It was whatever.
No, but there's good people. I'm not shitting. There's good people in your circle. Like there's other producers that I would have said, oh yeah, that's a good hire.
Yeah, Ken would have been good. Yeah. Steve's great. So
Steve came out of nowhere. When you called me about Steve, I thought that was a great call.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you. So you mind if I tell a story?
You've got a real eye for talent.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Who knew? Who knew? So. Can I be part of the show too, or no? Okay. So Cullinane gets
Kirk,
hired.
the floor is yours.
Thank you. This is nice. So Cullinane, but you think Steve's good though, right?
I can confirm.
He's great.
He's a good producer. Great guy.
He's great, but
class act.
Oh, but I mean, these interviews. We can get 500 people in these interviews if you want. I mean, I don't know what the fuck Steve's doing.
We could have Steve on the interview from Rome.
Oh my God. Do you have a brother?
I have 2 other brothers.
Are they going to leave us alone?
Are they going to leave you alone?
Like Ben Robinson?
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good.
Don't worry about that.
Does Ben Robinson take 3 weeks off? What do you think, Mike?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
He's got his feet up, listening to podcasts,
His fucking kids
judging.
is bothering him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, so we hire Cullinane. Great. He was recommended by Carlson Mosdy's basically my partner in that show. You guys know Carlson. Awesome guy. One of the few people I still like over there, communicate with. I think I haven't talked to him in a while. Great guy. So we're excited. I think it's Dave's first day there. We meet in the morning. And right? Is that right?
Yeah, I can't remember first day.
So it's not, again.
It was 11 a.m. It was verging on afternoon.
It's actually right, by the way, Mike. So I go grab a quick lunch, and I get a text from Dave, I think, hey, do you want to have Alan Dershowitz on? So it was in the middle of this whole Jeffrey Epstein story, which is now breaking like crazy. I wrote a story for Radio.com months in November. I remember exactly where I was. I wrote the whole thing out about the Globe, Boston Globe, who I hate, continuing to use Dershowitz as a columnist, as an op-ed columnist, despite his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. No big deal in my mind if everything's square, because he hadn't been convicted of anything. But the Globe is finger-wagging about the Me Too era, and you have to believe victims. Dershowitz had been accused by 2 women of sexual assault, of rape by one woman involved in Epstein. He has a close relationship with Epstein. He's friends with them, been to his house, the whole thing. So I write this story, Radio.com, typical pussy move, spikes it right away. Never saw the light of day. And this is my first thing I wrote for them in November. So right then I'm like, this is not going to work probably. So on we go, da-da-da. And the Epstein story gets a little bigger because of that Miami Herald thing. The woman we tried to reach, Julie Brown, who is, now getting hailed all over the place, correctly so, did a great job. Mike knows nothing about this story other than you can see the rage. You can see the rage in his face. He's getting ready to defend Epstein.
I think we should move off of this.
So, you read what?
I read I read this.
How'd you read that?
Someone sent it to me.
Who sent it to you?
MHP.
Jesus fucking Christ. How did you get it?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
But it was good work.
Thank you very much. By the way, I saw you do the Periscope of your thing with you and the MHB.
Yes.
On this weekend, I watched some of it.
Yeah. Oof. He said he was losing weight. Is that not the case? Oh boy,
he looks
obese.
See, he knows he can get away with lying to me. I won't notice.
He looks like. He looks like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say Vince Wilfork, but he's got to be 330, 340. Right? Anyway, I know this doesn't bother him. So
that won't upset him too much. Set him into a tailspin.
And what's the like the MHB thing now? He doesn't wear sunglasses, and he's kind of like he's very.
Well, he's entering into his character. He's kind of letting his hair down.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sitting there at Subway in Brighton eating my sandwich, not a care in the world. I get a text from Colleen, hey, do you want to have Dershowitz on? And I think, oh, fantastic, great. And he said, he can come on right now, right? Basically, or 5 minutes or whatever.
Just say your name is Mike Greenberg. Don't ask me why.
So I bolt in there. Dave's in there. He says, all right, he's good to go. And then I sit down. How long was the interview?
The interview was probably
20 minutes.
25 minutes?
20 minutes. It's done. And Dershowitz says at the end of the interview, he's like, hey, Kirk or whatever, Mr. Minihane, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he's like, this is the most unprofessional interview I've ever done. Essentially, this is an ambush. I was lied to. And basically hangs up. And I'm like, what the fuck? But as that's going on, I'm doing interviews back to back with that Jan Broberg lady from that wild Netflix documentary. Did you see that one, Mike?
Yeah, yeah, big fan.
I know whose side you're on. That
well,
story.
There's a lot of gray areas, I would say.
but so it starts, and I could see chaos like behind me. I could see Cullen going in and out. Jeff Sadolano, who is calling people. He's my boss in New York, who I still talk to once in a while. Also a nice guy. They're one of the few people there I like. And Carlson's going around, so I know something is fucking rotten in Denmark. The interview ends with Broberg, which was like an hour. And Cullen comes in, and he's kind of like, yeah, I think I fucked up. Tell me where I'm wrong here, Dave.
You're not wrong yet.
Okay. Yeah. And you're like, I told Dershowitz it was going to be about what you call the Mueller report.
I did. I'm going to admit to that. I was gonna say no, I didn't, but I did.
The Mueller report. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, what? Why the fuck would you do that? Why?
That's a great question. First of all, that's the only thing at that point in time that Dershowitz was out there talking about. Okay, he was on TV,
but I don't care about that though.
I get it, but that's what he was doing. And you and I didn't have any discussion about exactly what he was going to talk about. No.
Okay. But you knew what I wanted to talk about.
I knew you wanted to talk about something other than the Miller report. I didn't have all the facts of what you wanted.
The Mueller report, you idiot.
Now it's in my head.
It's not the Miller report.
Whatever. It's in my head.
Can I point out the deflation in confidence where he's about to tell you, about to put you in your? He goes, hold on, and you go, no, and he goes, oh, okay.
Well, I think Dave knows. I think Dave knows that Dave knows he was wrong. He's told me that.
Yeah.
5 times.
You know you're wrong. I think your issue is the level of wrongness.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, it's still a fireable offense. You know what I mean?
So what's your beef?
I'm just telling you, I didn't know the entire story of it, and I fucked up by just going. I literally Googled Dershowitz to see what was the latest thing he talkked about.
Let's see if this guy's litigious.
And then I should have gone to you and be like, listen. Who would you do the interview with? Like DC and M8, or did you do it on Trash Talk where you said DC said something like, oh, he was going to come on anyway and talk about it? If I said to Alan Dershowitz,
yes, the answer to that's yes, because he came on again after.
After you already had the question.
Have you ever seen him on Twitter? He tweets at people. He says he's willing to talk about any time, any place.
I don't know if I fully agree with. Okay, if I said, will you talk to Kirk Minihane about your connection to Jeffrey Epstein? He would have agreed.
He was his lawyer. He doesn't yes even in 2 seconds.
He did eventually, though, right?
Yes, so. And
after he already had a long conversation with a guy asking him every difficult question.
Dave, that to me makes it more likely he would have done it before, because even after this shit, he was still willing to do it.
No, I think he would have looked like an asshole.
Dave, on Twitter before this, he would say to people.
No, I know. So
he responded. There's no doubt he.
All right. Either way, call me a dummy. I didn't read your article because I didn't have access to it.
That's fine.
Right?
No problem.
I didn't read this. I didn't listen to the Spiked podcast that you did too, because you did a Spiked podcast on it, didn't you? Yes.
Was that before or after? I don't remember, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know the story.
Yes,
and I went with.
Okay, fine, but how about this thing where Dershowitz then says this is coming from a Boston.com.
Okay, so I have this dumb freaking thing, and I don't want to go into a long email. If I have traded emails with Kirk Minihane before, I just go to my email, search Kirk Minihane, and reply to the latest email. Okay. It was not a manipulative play. But Does Kirk Minihane work for the Boston Globe?
Yeah, but Dershowitz doesn't know that, Dave.
I get it, but I'm just saying I know where that was a screw up.
Okay, so, but you understand then where we're coming from. So you're sending it from a false in his mind, he's getting interviewed by the Boston Globe about the, as you call it, the Miller Report. It said it's Kirk Minihane asking him about fucking blowjobs and naked girls in Jeffrey Epstein's house.
I called it the Mueller Report. Actually.
I mean, so you can understand where, and Dershowitz, by the way, and we could Google this. I believe he's been involved in lawsuits before.
Yes.
So I would say it was probably not a great move on your part.
It was not a great move.
Okay, then that's all I'm saying.
Okay. There's a story.
So where's your defense? It seems like in the past you've kind of been like, oh, I've got this big defense.
Oh, no, I didn't have a big defense. I just think it's you thinking I knew everything about the story. You thinking I knew every question.
Dave, let me tell you, I did not assume you knew anything about it. That was never an issue.
Listen, we have no issues. We have no issues then.
Mike, am I missing something?
Your competence was never in question.
Yes. Am I missing something?
We have no issues.
No, I think
summed it up nicely.
For whatever reason, and I get Dave's feeling here is that you feel like you need to defend yourself in some way, even though you're totally wrong.
Well, I think where Dave was coming from was like, hey, and maybe I'm wrong, like, hey, it's my first day working with this guy. I know he wants to get this guy on.
No.
I can do whatever it takes to get him on.
Don't give a shit about that.
No?
Here's the thing I always wondered, and Dave's told me I was wrong about this thought, but I always wondered if, in my mind, I would have been like, all right, that was my first fuck up, and it was a big one, but I just didn't know. Like, it was my first day. Do I not get a second chance?
Dave knows. I think Dave knows, like, once you get into that world with, like, Dershowitz and shit, I mean, we had, like, lawyers talking to lawyers and Sadlana talking to, like, it was even over my head. Like, it was gone. Like,
I was a little shocked at Dershowitz. I mean, the guy's, is he pushing 80? He's damn near 80 years old.
He's got to be.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah.
I had 3 conversations with him in the moment, apologized profusely, took ownership of it, and he just wouldn't settle down.
He's a lawyer.
I know, but I mean, at the end of the day, you told him right then and there that you didn't have to air that podcast.
Correct. I said
before all that shit happened in the hallway.
Well, what's crazy about it is we did the podcast again. It was essentially the same podcast. Like, it was literally, but he's a lawyer.
Except you asked about the report.
Right.
You had to.
Yeah, that's right. You wanted for some reason, you wanted 2 questions about the report. So I gave him those and we got into it, which it is mine. I think he's a lawyer. He's thinking, well, okay, we agreed to this, so let's do this.
Yes.
But anyway, so we meet that happens, and like shit is now like flying all over the place. So Carlson and I meet, we talk, and then we talk to Sadolano, and all 3 of us are like, look, I mean, we can't, this has got to end. So I think you came in the next day.
I was more shocked that you came in the next day.
Yes. Well, I thought I was going to come I thought they were going to want me to be part of it. And then Sadolano was like, yeah, we have to get rid of him.
Oh, he didn't fire me in that moment, though.
That day you didn't?
No,
he told me right?
He suspended me, and then he called me like 90 minutes later.
And so it was over?
Yeah.
It's a good run.
It was a good run. It was a good 48 hours.
So that happened, and then so Moroso comes back. So Moroso comes back with the same thing and whatever, and then, I'm doing shows on Moroso, and I remember toward the end of it, this guy Casey Sherman, who's a local writer in Massachusetts, he's written some books that have been made in the movies, wrote something in the Herald that was semi-interesting, and at that point I was like, whatever, put him on, fine. And Moroso called me that day and was like, hey, Casey Sherman also, he'll come on, but only if he can talk about a story he wrote in Boston Magazine. And I was like, are you fucking telling me? I'm at the point now where Casey Sherman is dictating things to Kirk Minihane. And I was like, fucking fuck you, basically fuck him. And that was like another big moment where I was like, obviously I'm done here. So I went and did my whole rampage, got out, got here. And Moroso, I think the whole time thought like it was going to be...
Me and Kirk are going to Barstool.
It was like Jerry Maguire, like I was going to bring him...
Who's coming with me?
I was going to bring him with me, and there's going to be this happy, we're going to be friends. And, like I joke around on the air, but off the air, like he's really like my little brother.
Well, that comes up a lot.
So that didn't happen. So, I went and got Robinson. And Moroso kept checking in during the process of me hiring a producer. Like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And I've gone through these texts before where it's like 37 texts in a row, and then I give him a one-word answer, and then there's like 24 more in a row, and I give him a one-word answer. Let me see if I can find some Moroso text. So that happens, and me calling Mark Moroso and telling him that I'm going with Robinson was like oddly to me satisfying to make him feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, I hate saying
It's funny because I was about to say, that was kind of big of you. Like, you didn't have to call him. He didn't really even work for you. So that was nice of you to do. And to hear you say that it satisfied you, the heartbreak in his voice.
Kind of, in a way. Like, just, I'll just give you some of the... So May 17th, 16th is when I did my Periscope thing and said I was leaving, basically. Moroso, I'm in on anything you want to do. Let me know what I can do, even if you want to just get lunch.
He's big on lunch.
Entercom pays me whatever a week. I have nothing to lose here. I'm 100% in your corner. No answer. You need anything? Hey, boss.
That's a separate text. You need to.
Any updates?
Congratulations. Remember, whenever you end up, you'll need a producer. Me, finally, will do. That's the response after 6 in a row. Hi, Kirky. I'm sorry if I came off as arrogant. Working with you is a thrill ride.
He says.
Yes, thanks for letting me into your world. I hope it's not over for us. Whatever you need, don't hesitate to reach out. I miss you.
Now, before this, were you worried? And how did that change when reading "I Miss You"?
That's just no man should. It's just it doesn't.
I don't say I miss you to my best friends that I haven't seen in a while. I don't say like, hey, I barely say I've missed you to them.
I don't think I've ever missed any of my friends. And then he got very into this thing where you and he did a podcast together. It was just whatever.
It was fine. Yeah. I thought
he became very obsessed with me releasing this. Like it was important to get that out there for some reason.
He texted me about that one day, like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I was like, it's
and
over.
He goes,
it's over.
A shame that never went out. Great podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Like, man, I guess it's a shame.
It's like that great, unreleased Springsteen album that people want to hear. Yeah. Kirk, I feel strongly that you should grant me the opportunity to interview for your producer job. Who knew he felt that way? Then Monday, June 17th. The people need to be able to access you. Fucking calls, Kirk. We need it. Also, your producer, Steve, sounds like a good button pusher, but the character he is not. Should have picked me. Miss you, buddy.
Oh, so he's been trying to stab Steve in the back for months.
Yeah. And then he got into the whole
character he is not.
And then he got put me on the streets of Somerville, SUMMERVILE with a mic. This is the thing he did. I'll man on the street with it. I'll have a pic of you in the mayor, ask people who they are. I'll find people who think Barstool is sexist. I'll die in the streets of Somerville before I fail you.
He loves to get extreme. There's no one's calling for your death.
And then he got into the whole. Then he got to the whole thing with like you remember the whole thing. We had the Curtatone,
right?
And he's like, the whole like blackmail game with him. Don't fuck with me.
So he called me for advice.
Yeah. Oh,
of all people,
great
during that situation, and you called him back and interrupted our conversation.
Yeah, I said. I gotta go. I explained. I was like, "You're gonna give us this, like, or we just won't play it. There's not a game. Like, life will go on." Like,
oh, do you think so, Mr. Minihane? Isn't that interesting?
That's exactly what I thought you would say.
Right into my hand as usual.
Come into the web. You love the idea of Barroso being like this evil genius.
I love thinking of him like you're talking to, like you're kind of laying down the law and he's like, "Oh, you stupid fool," rubbing his hands together.
That's your take on it. How stupid? Oh, so what you're saying is you'll never play it. Oh, well.
Yes, Kirk, play the voicemail, just as I always knew you would.
So I mean, like he's obviously. I don't know. I don't know what to say about him at this point. Like talking about him is funnier than him.
Yeah,
by far. Like by far.
He's the guy. For anyone that doesn't know, he's the guy that dressed up like a dog and ate dog food.
Oh, but did he though?
It was chili. You rubes! I fooled you all.
It was chili all along. I love that he thinks he wins something. Congratulations, you ate chili the dog food outfit. You got no money for it and nothing out of it.
That was the best. Is he went after like me and Steve and the Minifans for being overly sensitive, and I was just like, yes, none of us have had the lack of pride to put on a dog suit and eat dog food for virtually zero gain.
But he's part of like this. There's sort of in the Minifan world, he's part of it in a weird way, but he's hated.
Like by the fans, for sure.
Yeah, nobody likes him.
I don't mind Mark. He's an alright
Well, you're
guy.
friends with him, right?
No, I wouldn't say friends. We're acquaintances, yeah.
But you had lunch with him, Dave?
I had lunch with, first of all, I was having a beer with MHB was the plan.
Right.
MHB was texting me and saying, I'm going in.
A couple appetizers with MHB.
Maybe.
Yeah, just some light.
MHB text, he said he's going to the studio on Friday. I said, hey, do you want to grab an awkward beer? Because I never met the guy. That's what I thought we were doing. All of a sudden, I'm in the parking lot, and he says, Moroso's coming too.
Is there an MHB-Moroso relationship?
I don't know.
That is odd. Because I wouldn't think... I know Moroso DMs him about things like, "Hey, do you think this is a good idea? Hey, do you think I should do this?"
Jesus.
So he asks a lot of advice.
We'll play it when we'll do Roman here in a second. I'd honestly forgotten Moroso existed for the week. I don't think about him. It's almost like I forgot about Benditson until he tweeted out. We should probably use him again. But I forgot Moroso existed till July 4th at 9:06. And then I remembered him so well. Because, I don't know what to say.
You had flashback. It's all the torture is coming back to me. The mind games.
Jesus. All right, let's do Roman here. Do we have this voicemail, Dave, or no?
We do.
All right, hold on for a second. Yep. So we have a listener whose boyfriend. I saw this on social media this weekend. Her boyfriend wanted her to get them because of me or something. I don't know. She sounds like she's her and her boyfriend are happy customers. Is that right?
Oh, sure.
Here, go ahead.
Yeah.
I brought in the mail the other night and noticed a discreet package with my boyfriend's name on it. After a few minutes of questioning, he told me that he purchased Roman swipes. He made it very clear that he did not buy them from me. Can you believe that he told me he bought them to support Kirk and the Kirk Minihane show? Well, after trying them out, I don't care who he bought them for. Our bedroom time has doubled thanks to Roman swipes. So thank you, Getro Man, and thank you, Kirk.
Well, there you go. I mean,
you don't need to say anything.
Doesn't get sweeter than that, does it? I think during the week we should encourage, maybe the show should encourage more female or male listeners who bought them to check in, leave a message, and we'll see. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, you heard this woman right here. This is not some bullshit thing. One of these dumb commercials where like they say this is not an actual doctor.
Where it's me changing my voice.
Yes. This is an actual woman listening to the show. Her and her boyfriend are using it. It's making their sex life better. Pretty simple. Go to GetRoman.com, 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 GetRoman.com/Kirk. You save some money on it. You help out the show as well. And you're satisfied like this young lady and her boyfriend are. Blind Mike and his lovely girlfriend, Alba or Alba?
Alba.
Did you guys watch it? Can you see the fireworks?
That was the thing. We went to like someone's roof. Someone we know is like a rooftop, and they were off in the distance. So like, not only did they suck for me, like they kind of sucked for everyone.
Oh, really?
And I was like, why is this a tradition in 2019?
Point, even as a kid, like now, like at what point, like, are you ever like want the fireworks to go on?
Ooh,
and, like in the middle of fireworks, you're just like, all right, can it please be over? You're getting chewed by bugs. It's like the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I get the same.
What is going on with fireworks? All right, so go to GetRoman.com/Kirk right now. Save 15% and be satisfied like this customer and many others have been since the Kirk Minihane show kicked off. Speaking of voicemails, and July 4th and fireworks. So I think we gave enough of the backstory, did we not?
I think so.
All right, so like I said, I am literally doing the 4th of July. I'm with the kids, enjoying the fireworks, enjoying a day of America. You know, the last thing I'm thinking of is Mark Moroso. Literally, the last thing I'm thinking of is Mark Moroso. At 9:12, I'm looking at it right now to be accurate. 9:12, I get a phone call, or I check my phone, probably 9:30 or whatever. And you see it and it says missed call and voicemail from Mark Moroso. And I was like, do I even want to listen to this? I thought there's a chance that maybe something actually bad happened to him. I was hoping. So I click, whatever, hit the button. And a minute and 6 seconds later, I'm not the same person after listening to this. I mean, I don't know. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Listen, I mean, how many times have you listened to this, Mike?
I mean, I said I think 75 is probably a fair, because I would play it for people. Like if people were at my house, I'd play it for them.
Oh, okay. Well, let's play it first. All right, here we go.
Yo, what's up, bro? Hey, listen, man. I just wanted to wish you a happy 4th of July. It's been a while since we hung out. And honestly, man, I'm starting to feel like you don't want me on the show. I mean,
all right, stop. I was hoping I could get through it once.
I wanted to let you play, but there were a few plays I wanted to pause after because I've studied this.
You want to play it through once, and then we'll break it down.
Okay,
Does that make sense, Dave?
Yeah.
All right, let's start again at the top.
Yo, what's up, bro? Hey, listen, man. I just wanted to wish you a happy 4th of July. It's been a while since we hung out. And honestly, man, I'm starting to feel like you don't want me on the show. I mean, it kind of feels like it's not a joke anymore. It kind of feels real. And it's like, once I was in on the joke, but now I feel like I'm outside. So I just want to see where you're at. Maybe you want to grab lunch, chill out. That's cool with me. So I think we could be so much more. That's all I'm saying. I mean, have you ever seen Behind the Candelabra? Because I feel like you're Michael Douglas, and I could be Matt Damon. 5 years that could be us, bro. That's all I'm saying. And also, Steve, he's all right. I don't like him. He kind of sucks. But can you shoot me his address? Just let me know where he's living at. That's all I need. So, and just let me know when you want to get lunch, let's say next week. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't go to lunch with me next week, I'm going to officially start to feel like you actually don't like me. Or like you don't want me on the show, you don't want to hang out with me, which I think it's like a joke. I think it's a joke now. But if you don't go out with me next week for lunch, then I want to feel like it's real. That's all I'm saying. So I miss you. Call me. Let's hang out. It doesn't have to be radio stuff. Let's go get a pizza. All right, Kirk. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Happy 4th.
All right. I don't even know. So there are two ways to look at this.
There's a lot.
At least two ways to look at it. One is that he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Two is he thinks he's playing like a Andy Kaufman-esque kind of funny character.
Right. Like, I'm the obsessed guy.
Yeah, who's also not funny at all, though, and like more annoying in a way. I almost wish he was a psychopath.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
Well, the first thing people think when you hear that he left you a voicemail at 9 on July 4th is that he's shit-faced.
Right. Well, I think there's
But he doesn't sound inebriated.
Sounds slightly slurred.
Maybe like he had a couple beers.
Yes,
got a little liquid courage.
Yeah,
he sounds impaired. I just don't know how much.
He's not hammered.
Yeah.
He's no. He's because he's as articulate as when he's sober.
Yeah, right.
Who would know? So it begins. Let's just start. Whenever you want to stop, Mike.
Okay, because there's a lot. There are a lot of stopping points I'm going to have here.
Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Stop.
Okay, not a good start.
If I know you, and in fact, I think I've been there when you've said this to his face, that yo, what's up, bro, is going to turn you off immediately.
Right. But when I hear that, my first sign is, again, maybe he's joking because he knows that I know it pisses. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
So what's going through you when you hear "Yo, what's up, bro"? Is it like,
well, he's
going to ask me for money? Or?
No, there's a sinking feeling where I realize, oh, this is going to be this call. Like, this is not like, hey, something happened to me or my mom died or I don't know, whatever. Like, hey, I saw this story that might be interesting to you. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is the call. Like, you've always like
the call you've been expecting.
It's like one of those Lifetime movies where a girl like moves to a different town, assumes a different identity.
He's at the back door.
Yeah, and then he shows up again. It's like Sleeping with the Enemy, where it's like, oh God, he's back. Like, I had forgotten about him. Life was good. 4th of July, hot dogs and Harry. And like, everything's wonderful. And then, my God, the monsters reappeared.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Go ahead, continue.
Hey, listen, man. I just wanted to wish you a happy 4th of July. You know, it's been a while since we hung out.
Now, pause.
First of all,
have you ever hung out?
No, I haven't. I have. You know, he talks about getting a pizza at the end.
Yeah,
I've had more pizza with you.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah,
had, with Mark.
And I got to say, not worth a call. You know, not particularly entertaining.
What's that? The lunch?
The pizza with you. You know, it was fine. I wouldn't go out of my way to do it again.
Right. And I don't know anybody who wishes anybody a happy 4th of July, really, anyway. It's not like I don't even understand it.
But did you text him back and say, hey, if you ever want to grab lunch? During all the... Well, that's the thing. You said that to me.
Yeah, well, yes, but I didn't mean it. A. B,
I know you didn't mean it.
B, I didn't do it. I would never do it.
But Moroso would think you mean it.
Right.
So have you ever intimated that maybe you want to grab a pizza?
No. No, in no way, shape,
and I assume he means each grab a pizza. Like he would get his own, of course.
Well, I assume he means like he's going to turn my skin into like pizza cheese and eat it after he kills me. No.
So is he thinking? Now, here's what I want to know, and here's where the Rupert Pupkin scenario comes in.
Right.
I want to know: does he consider like being in the studio with you, hanging out, or has he envisioned a scenario where you two have already hung out and you've asked him like, Steve, listen, Mark, listen, Steve's going to be away for 3 weeks. I need 3 weeks for it. And he's like, Kirk, I just can't give you 3 weeks. You ask anything of me, I just cannot give you 3 weeks.
You know what's the best part of that scene in that movie, The King Comedy, is when the girl comes over and asks for the autograph, and he's like, "That's my father's name." Whatever. Even like in his,
he's a hack in his mind.
Dreams, he's not funny. And like Jerry Lewis is kind of like, it's not. It's like, Rupert, I'm begging you. I just need 6 weeks. I just need 6
Kirk, I just cannot ask me anything else.
That's true. Moroso's probably. That's a good question. How deep is the insanity?
Yeah, like he says, hang out again, and I wonder what he means.
Oh, you think in his mind we've hung out?
That evidently, yeah.
Maybe. Go ahead, continue.
And honestly, man, I'm starting to feel like you don't want me on the show.
All right, stop. I mean, it's going to take forever.
I'm starting to feel. Now you've started the show. You've hired a producer. You've hired a second producer.
I've turned him down twice. I'm going to tell Mark this like as loud and clear as possible. This is not an act. I don't want you to be part of the show. Like, I don't know how else I could say it. I've said it nicely. I don't want.
Well, I'll tell you, I ruined that for you because I laughed. So he's going to say like, "Oh yeah, I'm in on the joke. I'm in on the joke."
Well, the thing is, we're making. He's the happiest person in the world.
Right.
Today at 11 o'clock, he's going to be so happy because we're doing a whole fucking show with this lunatic. Go ahead.
It kind of feels like it's not a joke anymore. It kind of feels real. It's like, once I was in on the joke, but now I feel like I'm outside. So I just want to see where you're at. Maybe you want to grab lunch, chill out. That's cool with me. So I think we could be so much more.
It's cool with him. Hey, you know what? He'll make some time in his schedule if you want to get some lunch.
Look, I'm busy. You want to carve out next Thursday, Kirk? I can do a half hour.
Yeah, let me know a little in advance. I got to move some stuff around.
We'll chill. It'll be pretty chill. We'll hang out. We'll have a pizza. Go ahead.
So I think we could be so much more. That's all I'm saying. I mean, have you ever seen...
All right, stop.
I hate to keep doing it.
We're about to get to really, weird... I don't even understand where this...
We could be so much more is the... I've never heard that said to another man, even, lovers.
So let's say, if you didn't know, you would think that... Before the producer stuff, you would think this is a couple, a homosexual couple, Mark and Kirk, who broke up, right? Yes. And he's like, I fucked up.
Or no, you're on the outs. He had to stay at his mother's for a few days.
Right, yeah. We could be so much more. I miss hanging. Let's get together. We can chill. No pressure. We don't have to fuck. No big deal. But I just want to hang out.
It would just be good to see you again.
Yeah. It'll be. I just feel like they used to be in on. Now we're not in together. And what am I missing? What's going on? What do you think? I picture. Where is Moroso as he leaves this message?
That's what I've been wondering that for 5 days or whatever.
Physically is his family asleep?
Here's what I think is that he's got a young boy, Mark Moroso III, I believe.
The lineage continues.
And his lovely wife. Yep. And I imagine they were out maybe at a family gathering, maybe a few friends over.
A barbecue.
And I think Mark had a couple pops in him, and he goes, I got to make a business call. And he breaks away and he goes, you know what? I really think this is the time. Kirk's probably with his family. He's probably looking at Harry Minihane thinking, why is this a lump? Why couldn't he grow up to be what Mark Moroso is?
But what's scary to me about that is I don't think you're wrong necessarily. What's scary is that I was on his mind. That was his.
Yes.
That meant that I've been creeping around for days, right?
You know what? He's been going back and forth, and he maybe asked his wife a couple times, you think I should call? And she's like, leave the guy alone. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Hey, you know what? It'll just be a quick voicemail. No big deal. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get it out of the way, and then I'll feel better. That'll put my mind at ease.
Now we're about to enter territory that I understand because I've actually seen the television film Behind the Candelabra.
Yes.
I understand
won some awards.
It's about Liberace and Matt Damon's character, and they are lovers.
Scott Thorson, I believe.
Scott Thorson, that's right. Damon plays a character who's 18 at the beginning of it, which is a casting issue, I think, by Mr. Soderbergh. But I enjoyed it. Did you see it?
Oh, yes.
I thought Rob Lowe was excellent in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand his comparison here. I understand he's...
Oh, I understand it. I understand it all too well.
I think I do, but I don't... let's just play. I don't even know what to say.
So I think we could be so much more. That's all I'm saying. I mean, have you ever seen Behind the Candelabra? Because I feel like you're Michael Douglas, and I could be Matt Damon.
Okay, stop.
Now, a lot of people my age that listen to this program probably don't know the Liberace story, so let me fill them in.
Sure, go ahead.
Michael Douglas is playing Liberace.
Correct.
Famously, flamboyantly gay.
Publicly, still living the life of a back before, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, I would see Liberace.
When are you going to get married, Lee?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would see I'd be at my grandparents' house, and it'd be a Merv Griffin show, or Michael Douglas and Liberace would be playing the piano, and they would ask him about, gee, you have so many female friends, and I'd be I would look at my grandma and be like, this guy is not, there's no way. It's like Boy George when I was a kid.
Right.
But they had to, pre-rock Hudson, you had to kind of do this whole thing and whatever. So you're right.
He was very gay.
He was very gay.
Scott Thorson was his young male lover.
Right.
Who got they were obsessed with each other to the point where Scott Thorson got facial reconstruction surgery
to look like him, right?
To look like Liberace.
Right. And
now having set that up,
and he was basically almost like a sex slave, and then he found another guy and moved on.
Right.
Right, which I guess is Robinson.
So I guess now in this scenario, when Moroso is
how is it similar? I don't understand how it's similar to that relationship, which is pretty graphic and real. I saw the movie, read stories about it. How is that similar to
He's
Moroso?
willing to get his face surgically repaired to look like
to do that. But he worked part-time for me for a month. I'm not sure how
It's very similar. It's almost the same thing.
Okay, go ahead. Is that do you understand that? Other than a cheap gay joke or whatever?
I guess that's what he's trying to go for, but I don't think maybe he doesn't realize. My guess is he's never seen the film.
I think you're probably right.
So maybe he doesn't realize the levels to which this love went.
I think he knows that the two of them are having homosexual sex.
He thinks it's funny because it's we're gay.
Yeah, we're gay.
But it's the obsession is so much more there.
Which is ironic.
Yeah,
right. Go ahead.
you're Michael Douglas, and I could be Matt Damon. 5 years, that could be us, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I want to know what he means. Why the 5 years timeline?
What do you mean?
Like, does he think? Why 5 years specifically? Like, he thinks.
I didn't hear 5 years. What did he say?
He said in 5 years that could be us.
Bro. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah. So he's like, hey, let's just give me 5 years, Kirk. Just give me 5 years to make an impression on you. I don't think I'm asking that much.
I have never spent 5 seconds outside the studio. Oh, that's not true. We did the Marty Walsh thing, but I've never spent any time socially with Moroso, nor would I ever.
Well, just give him 5 years. That's not. I don't get why you're so.
I'll be 50 years old. So, like, Moroso's gonna just live with me for 5 years, or like we're gonna enter a relationship. I'm gonna leave my family and start like in that movie they take baths together and they sleep together and they travel together. And
just give that a try for say 4 or 5 years.
For 60 months, I'm gonna. All right, go ahead.
5 years, that could be us, bro. That's all I'm saying. And also,
hold on, dude. You should write a book on this.
I could. There's nothing. There's no. In school, there's never been a project I've worked on more than this. I've listened to it over and over again, endlessly.
5 years, that could be us, bro. That's all I'm saying. And also, Steve. He's all right. I don't like him. He kind of sucks.
The trailing off. Steve, he's all right. I don't like him. He kind of sucks.
Now, I think Mark is thinking, is he thinking there, boy, maybe Kirk will take heed of that comment and fire Steve? Or is he just...
Mark doesn't like Steve. Had I realized.
Or is that just the anger? Is that just anger right there?
I'll tell you what it is. It's Mark saying, I'm going to be diplomatic here. I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm gonna say, Steve, you've got my stamp of approval. But then he realizes that kind of takes away, if he okays Steve,
it takes away his power.
And he realizes if he okays Steve, then Kirk's gonna say,
that's the Moroso you love right there, because part of it's like, oh my god, I'm losing my grip on this. My master plan is falling apart. Well, Steve sucks.
Well, he's thinking if Steve gets the Moroso stamp of approval, Kirk's gonna say, oh well, then that's all I need. Now Steve's got a job.
House of Cards is falling apart.
Right.
But Moroso's so smart, he quickly makes the save and says that Steve sucks.
He kind of sucks.
Everything's restored.
You know what I said? A mere millisecond ago. Forget that.
By the way, think about how long 5 years ago is. Think about
5 years ago, I was at Barstool. No, I wasn't even at Barstool yet.
Where was I 5 years ago, this week was Aaron Andrews.
Oh, wow. That's a long
All-Star break. Yeah. Go ahead. Let me hear the rest of it.
He's all right. I don't like him. He kind of sucks. But can you do me a favor, dude, and shoot me his address?
Okay. Now we're in the world. So I did. Is that a big deal?
That's a big deal. Thank God he's out of the country. Yeah. Let's hope he has Simply Safe.
Well, I gave him his address and all this. There you go. I gave him his address and all the places he was going to be in Europe. It seemed fine.
Mark's got some connects in Albania, I hear.
So Moroso's now trying again to be funny.
Right. I will have it. It comes off as like you're hunting him down. That's Moroso trying to be like, I don't like Steve. What's his address? Just
that's him being like,
he's being affable.
But when you're in on the joke, but you're so clearly
not
losing your mind, it's not as funny.
Right.
It's. All right, how much time we have left on this?
I think we got a good amount.
I'm here.
Just let me know where he's living at. That's all I need. So.
By the way, sorry, I'm going to pause this every 2 seconds. He's incapable of speaking a sentence. He just can't.
Yeah.
He's always thinking of the next thing, and he's
also, for the listeners that don't know, he's claimed he's the funniest guy in the building. But there's
how much humor is he giving us today?
But that's true. But there's when he says can you give me Steve's address? There's not a hint of sarcasm or levity. There's simply I'm going to ask for his address with no context.
Right. Like I said, the idea of him, his whole image is much funnier than. There's nothing funny about him. But the idea, it's the class. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just let me know where he's living at. That's all I need. So, just let me know when you want to get lunch, let's say next week, because I'm
Pause. This is brilliant by Moroso. It's not when can you, it's let me know when you want to get lunch.
That's a sales tactic.
Very smooth. Very smooth.
I have to admit, I fell for it. Yeah. Once again, I fell right into his game.
I guess Thursday at noon I'm free. I have to pick a day.
I'm not asking you if we can get lunch. I'm in fact telling you when we're going to do it.
Just you tell me when you're free.
I'm allowing you to pick the day.
I'll carve some time out for you.
Just let me know when you want to get lunch, let's say next week, because I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't go to lunch
Pause.
next
Now, here's what I want to know from you.
Yeah.
In that moment, there's a split second.
I know what you're going to say.
There's a split second where I thought threat coming, and I want to know what you thought was coming after this word.
Now, Moroso always says, "I'm going to be honest with you," so I wasn't that concerned.
Okay,
but you're right. I remember thinking he might just say, "I'm going to cut your fucking."
The Grim Reaper was at your doorstep. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to come after you with a machete.
Which at that point, honestly, I'd be like, fine. Like, as opposed to I would rather have
my family.
I'd rather chop my head off than fucking have lunch with them. Honestly, that's not even a question. Like, if you're me right now in any scenario other than I'm going to kill your family, could you imagine me sitting down like today, like noon, and having pizza with Moroso for an hour? Like, how awful does that? Like, how awful does that sound? And talk about what?
Because here would be the lunch. He's like, so it would really be like Rupert Pupkin. It's very Rupert Pupkin-esque.
It would, yes.
It's like it would be him saying, I got some great ideas for the show, and you're just looking down at your food, trying to get trying to appease him as much as it can, whatever, get through the slice and try to get out of there while he's pitching ideas. Hillman does this a lot, and I think it'd be good for your show.
You should do a thing where you go out in the street, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. Or you should do a thing where it's like, who said what? So
what if you had me go out on the street in my dog costume, and I say, how rough is your sex? Things like that, and we could do it for Get Roman.
In this scenario, are you Sandra Bernhard? Are you going to get taped up?
I wondered if I would be the Sandra Bernhard.
I think you might be. All right, go ahead.
Because I'll be honest with you, if you don't go to lunch with me next week, I'm going to officially start to feel like you actually don't like me.
The horror! Oh my God, Kirk! Get on this. Have you text him back? Hurry up. He's going to start to think he's not a part of the show.
I like that it's official.
That's it. That is it.
Is there a chart? Is there some sort of mathematical...
Kirk, you can jerk me around a lot, but I'll be damned if I'm going to walk away without my dignity.
You can ignore me for 3 months. You can never talk to me. You can have me dress up like a dog. But if we don't have pizza next week, it's official.
That is it.
Official.
That is it.
Which means I'm sure he'll never, ever, if I don't have pizza with him this week, never, ever, ever bother me again. I think he's a man of his word.
He's like, all right, Kirk, I said last week, but that's it. This week, if you don't have kielbasa with me.
We are done. And it's official. Super official. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to officially start to feel like or like you don't want me on the show.
The process of grieving.
I don't want you on the show. I don't want you've listened to this guy like I would do stuff like this. That's his character. Like, what, he's not going to sit here with us and do what?
Well, there is an element of, I've mentioned, I think Steve would be benefited by like an intern or an assistant producer. And I think, not him, because he's too threatening to Steve.
No, but like a guy like for Dave. I'm saying I don't want Moroso to have any dreams.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I think it'd be hilarious.
Great. I'm sure you would.
If I were technically his boss, say, like if I got hired officially and we're Moroso's boss, I want it so bad. Please, come on.
You have your own show.
I don't need pay if we hire Moroso.
You have your own show. Put him on the blind mic. Let him have his own show there.
Oh, he's more than welcome.
Oh, go ahead.
Or like you don't want me on the show, you don't want to hang out with me, which I think is like a joke. I think it's a joke now.
So stop. Do you think right there, is he playing a character? Does he think?
No.
Okay. Does he? But he doesn't think it's a joke, right?
Oh, yes, he does.
You think that?
So here's what he thinks. Here's why the call was made. I believe.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
No,
I believe the call was made because he says people have gotten in his ear and said, listen, stop fucking talking about Kirk Minihane because he doesn't watch you on the show.
Right.
And he's saying, man, is it possible that every single person except for me is right about this?
The answer is no.
So he sees that window closing. And he says, I still know it's a joke. These guys are idiots. I know it's a joke. But hey, you don't have lunch with me next week. then a lot of questions are going to come up in your world, pal.
I was close that night, honestly. Like, I think of the show first always. I was like, I have to swallow this and hold off. I was close to texting him being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you what are you doing? But I didn't for the life of it, because, it's just, how would you feel if you got a message like that?
Well, how would you feel if like like Jerry Callahan left you that message, like a genuine friend of yours?
I'd
was
be
like, hey, can we go to lunch? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'd get lunch.
That would be like you'd think this man was on the brink of doing something.
Yeah, and he's a friend, and we've been through a lot together, and I love him. Like we've had our problems, but I love Jerry.
That's the only scenario where this message is appropriate.
Right, but I mean, Jerry's one of my best friends.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a complicated relationship. He's one of my best friends. Moroso is.
You barely know an acquaintance.
The least friend I have in the world. Like, if I don't know what the bare definition of a friend is, but he's the very he can't be
antithesis.
Lower. Like, I've met him. Like if that's the qualification, like, I don't I would consider like Murchison more of a friend.
You've got more of a relationship.
Yes, I do. He's meant more to me professionally. All right, let's try.
It's almost over. Yeah.
I think it's like a joke. I think it's a joke now, but if you don't go out with me next week for lunch, then I want to feel like it's real. That's all I'm saying.
Even the phrase of "go out with me for lunch" is an odd phrase. Like, you want to go out with me next week?
You're going to go out with me for almost like a mafia tactic.
Yeah,
like it means something else.
See, I think it's more of like a girlfriend thing. Like go out. Like,
that's obvious.
Yeah, obviously it's later than that. But if I was going to text you and say, "Hey, you want to go? Like, will you go out with me?
Let's
and
go
have
out.
Lunch?
Let's go steady."
Yeah, I'd be like, you want to go get? I don't know. The whole thing is so fucked up. Go ahead.
Then I want to feel like it's real. That's all I'm saying. So
what does that mean?
That's all he's saying. All he's saying is if you don't return his call, he's going to feel like you're not joking. So if you keep doing what you've been doing for 3 months,
right,
he's going to get the message finally, is basically what he's saying.
He says he wants to feel like it's real. Like, what's real?
That he means that he's a joke to you.
Oh, is it bothering? This is like your area now of expertise.
Yes.
You need to teach a class on this.
I genuinely could.
I think you should.
And I could relate it to so many psychological and sociological things. Like,
you think there's some psychological effects here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you think?
What the follow-up to this should be having a therapist in and dissecting this.
I would bring Moroso. No, I was just going to say I'd bring Moroso in with a therapist, but the problem is he's going to suck on the air. We'll laugh, but it'll suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're amused by him, but are the listeners amused by this?
I hope so.
I mean, I don't
because I can do this for the rest of the week.
I don't care, but like, yeah. I wonder if when he comes in, like that.
This was my favorite stuff when like Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern would mess with their guy.
My favorite thing to do.
This was absolutely my favorite thing.
This is all I want to do. This is it, guys. We'll try and wrap it up. I know.
And I want to feel like it's real. That's all I'm saying. So I miss you. Call me. Let's hang out. Doesn't have to be radio stuff. Let's go get pizza.
Stop.
Hey, I hope you weren't thinking, I'd love to hang out with Moroso, but my concern is we're going to get too bogged down in the nitty-gritty radio talk.
Like,
and I'd like to talk to the guy about love and life, music,
this is
and
gonna be
different
the kind of lunch
experiences.
where one of these lunches again, where Kirk asks me radio shit, and I have to explain him how the business works. Like, or it could just be because it's two equals. You know, it's just two giants.
Mark, you've got it. And I'm not telling you that because I want to steal it. I'm just telling you because you've got it.
I don't know where you got it. I don't know how you have it, but you got it, and you're stuck with it.
And you're stuck with it.
This is your life, Mark. You come sit at the table with us. You're one of us now. Get in here. I don't know what to say. Like,
you never called me, Kirk. You said you were going to call me.
Mark, I'm begging you. Okay, you want me to get on my hands and knees? I'm begging you. Come in and.
Do you think the next step is showing up at your beach house, your summer house up in Maine? I'm sorry, wherever it may be. It could be anywhere.
We'll be with the butler. Hey, was he playing golf? Did he break 100 today?
100. Yes, 100.
By the way, that is required viewing is The King of Comedy.
Absolutely.
1982. It's actually, my brother and I would, when De Niro started doing these sellout comedies, Meet the Parents and all this stuff, and everyone's like, oh my God, De Niro can do comedy. And I was like, well, fucking, did you see The King of Comedy or Midnight Run? Like,
yeah.
The guy's fucking the greatest.
Where's Mr. Minihane out playing golf?
It's a story of, Scorsese directed it. Total bomb when it came out. It's a total cult movie.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Complete bomb. And Scorsese was all drugged out at the time. De Niro plays Rupert Pupkin, who's a failed stand-up comedian who's obsessed with a Johnny Carson-like character that Jerry Lewis plays, Jerry Langford. And he stalks him basically throughout the movie. And that's basically the movie, really. Yeah.
Honestly, if you listen to this voicemail first and then watch King of Comedy, you'll think, these guys ripped off
right, that's true.
the Kirk Minihane show.
That's true. But it's one of my favorite movies. It's it's great, incredible movie. And De Niro is unbelievable in it. It's great. He's the total fucking, and he comes out at the end and
I won't give it away if you want to watch it.
It's Rupert Pupkin.
It is funny. But go ahead, let's finish this up.
Call me. Let's hang out. It doesn't have to be radio stuff. Let's go get a pizza. All right, Kirk.
It's funny to think that Moroso thought it was like call him to talk radio stuff. Like what radio stuff? What does that mean?
Mark, what are your thoughts on Cousin Brucey?
I heard the that AM station in Buffalo is for sale. Mark, like what do you think about that? Well, Mark, what's going on there? I heard they're changing the time of the updates on whatever some sport. Like what the fuck radio?
You know, Mark, a lot of people say IMS ruined radio, but it was downhill before that. I'm going to tell you.
Like what does Mark do in radio? I don't even know. What does he do?
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to don't worry about what he does because he can talk about any subject.
What did you talk to Moroso about this lunch, Dave?
I don't think we talked about much. It wasn't that long. It was like 15 minutes.
Sensed. Well, it was done so fast.
No, we were
the three of them just gobbled everything up on their plates.
MHB was just obsessed with his notifications, just on how he did on the show.
Oh,
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, he had a
because it was right after that, right?
It was, that's true. He was in that. He was
in the zone.
Yes.
He was in a zone for
sure.
By
the way, his own way, another psychopath. I mean, really, not like Moroso, but in a different way.
But MHB's at least a person that you can talk.
Oh, definitely, I like him. I'm saying he's also crazy.
Oh, sure, yes. But I don't get the fear that he's gonna. I'm comfortable with MHB knowing where I live. I'm not that comfortable now with Moroso knowing where I live.
No, I mean Moroso. It sounds. I don't know. That was it, right? You said goodbye or whatever?
All right, Kirk. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Happy 4th.
No, you won't.
Yeah. I love that. Like, hey, happy 4th. Like, you know what, Kirk? I'm gonna wrap it up with the air. You know, you kept me a little while, but happy 4th, buddy.
How many times did Moroso like sort of false finish in that phone call too? Like how many times do you think, okay, like he's finally done, but he's like,
yeah,
you know what?
There's a big he's ramping down every few seconds.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like the all right, well, but then he keeps going.
Do you think he had notes?
Ooh, that's
or is that Moroso off the cuff?
No, that's great.
That's off the cuff.
That's off the cuff.
I think that's off the cuff.
Yeah, we get him going.
He prepared mentally for sure, like Luca Brasi.
So when he hung up the phone, did you think, okay, well, mission accomplished? Like, okay, like you know what, honey, let's clear. Yeah,
dusted his hands off.
Let's clear.
The deed is done.
Let's go to lunch for next week.
He walked back out and said, "Well, guys, guess whose life's about to change."
And like, did he sit there and look at the phone the rest of the weekend and think, well, all right, well, obviously he's 4th of July, he's busy, he's in Maine, maybe the reception wasn't that great. When he gets back, we'll figure out lunch. We'll do it Wednesday.
Now here's
Thursday.
the thing, and I think I know what your opinion's going to be. But he quote tweeted that. Well, your thing about the voicemail.
This is bullshit.
And he said, "I did what?"
Yeah, bullshit.
And that was obvious. Okay, good. I thought so. Because I was kind of like, you remembered doing it because he wasn't shit faced.
No.
He wasn't.
I mean, you've got to be. I've done it. You've got to be like way back. You've got to be fucking annihilated not to remember.
To not remember even doing it.
That's like a movie thing that never. Yeah. You've got to be obliterated.
Because at the very least, you can remember picking up the phone and saying a few words.
That's dumb. Like he was not. To me, he sounded like he had a couple of drinks and he was a little buzzed and felt, like you said, a little liquor courage. Like he used to have at the bar. I'm going to go talk to the girl, had a few drinks. I could see that. A couple of people being like, hey, what's going on with the Minihane show? Why aren't you part of it? And he's like, you know what?
You're right. That's a fine question you ask.
There comes a time in history a man has to draw a line. And today is that day for Mark Moroso Jr. I am going to do something that is going to make Kirk stand up and say, I have to have this guy in my life.
Well, like Hank at Barstool that produces Pardon My Take, the legend has it, he just kept his internship ended and he just kept showing up, and that's how he got a job. And I think that's maybe what Moroso thought.
Let's not give any ideas.
No, I don't know Hank very well, but he seems to be like
competent.
Yeah, he seems like a smart guy.
That may be the one difference that sets them apart.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. Any final thoughts?
Well, now, so you in no way want to have him in to discuss, because I think you're right. That he wouldn't be that funny about it.
He's not funny.
Because he tried. So here's my problem with Moroso.
But you're also giving him what he wants.
I know. That's the
it's funnier. It's funnier like that he continues to play this game in his mind.
He's going on. We may not have to have him in. I guess he's going on the Minifan show.
Oh, that's right. I saw that
for his big.
He didn't
want to give you the exclusive.
Well, so DEC texted me or messaged me over the weekend.
Yeah,
and was like, "Hey, we're having Moroso on. Like, I don't want to step on your feet, step on your toes or anything." And I was like, "What?"
But can I play the voicemail?
Yeah, I'm like, "When the fuck are you?" Oh, I texted you. I was like, "When the fuck are you having him?" I didn't say it's to him, but I was like, "What are you?" So the minute I gave you the voicemail, I presume you gave it to them. I don't know.
No. Oh, yes, I did. DEC asked me for it, so I gave it. I assume
maybe against the law. I don't know. Who knows?
I assume they knew not to do anything with it.
But I was like, if these fucking guys have him on my fan show. He left me a message. They play before I play it. I'm going to fucking kill them. Yeah. Like, they're dead.
I think they knew on some level not to do that.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so...
DEC put together some bit, by the way. Should we listen to it?
Oh, is it the Barbarossa?
About the movie. Like, what was the movie? I didn't even see it. The
King Comedy?
Yeah. No, the...
Behind the Candelabra?
Yeah.
Is it funny?
I don't know. I didn't listen to it. You want to listen to it?
This seems dangerous.
We can delete it. We can delete it if...
It's timely. Sure, why not? How long is it?
Hold on.
Oh, I think it's essentially what we just played.
Like
I don't think
it's a minute and a half. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's what we just played, basically.
What do you mean?
I think it's just the voicemail with music in the background.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Boy, put a lot of thought into it. So we'll react to that tomorrow. He's on tonight, I think. Right?
I think they said they would put it out on Wednesday, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Good.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's make sure we have that, Dave.
Yep. Oh, sure.
So I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. So it seems to me that you don't want to tell me that you want to have Moroso in here. If you feel that way, just say it. It's okay.
I do and I don't, because I think you're right. I don't want the burden to be on me when he sucks. You know what I mean? Because I know he probably will.
Oh, there's no doubt.
But I do. There's something about having him in here that I think would be. Now, of course,
if he's physically here, like he's here,
but he would have to come in, and it couldn't be. I don't think we can do the dog costume again. He would have to come up. He would. How about this? If he comes up with a reason that amuses us. Of why he should be in here.
Jesus.
And he has no contact with you. He goes through me.
Okay. All right.
Is that fair?
I'm
if he comes up with something that I think is funny, and then if I think it's funny, I'll pitch it to you, and then you get last rights of refusal.
Okay, it seems fair. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Fine.
Now, again, after being bashed by this guy over and over again. Again, this is me helping Mark Moroso's career. I cannot stop helping this guy.
Well, you're in your own way in love with him. It's a weird triangle.
I am, yeah.
Now, Dave, in your darkest hours,
yes.
when you had a few beers, were you ever close to sending me a text like, what happened, man?
No, but I tweeted out stuff. Remember I tweeted? I was like really drunk. Blackout drunk. I tweeted stuff.
I missed that.
I forget. Like I was in this half world of like I'd be sarcastic to the Minifans, but then I'd be truthful to you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and I was caught in the middle.
Place where he's kind of
no, but I was just fucking around. I was caught in the middle, and I was hammered at a couple weddings, and I'd tweet out weird shit, and I'd wake up to a text from you being like, "Settle down."
Yeah,
you know? And I was like, "Yeah, I was a fucking." But I said I was a fucking idiot.
What is it about me? What is it? What is it?
I told you, king of the crazy people.
Like, what? Find somebody else. Go listen to Get Up. It's a great show. Think Mike Greenberg has to deal with this, or fucking,
in his own way, I'm sure.
I guess. Who knows?
Can you believe the coffee maker was out today, and the intern had a very funny joke about it?
How about all the Minifans on Twitter want to kick Mark Moroso out of that group? Have you been following that? That text chain.
I don't know how he got in it.
He's a fucking.
He's a sly dog.
He's helping you outsmarter than that.
As I told you, when you dance with the master, he's always going to lead.
All right, so we have some time here. What do you want to do, Mike? Anything else?
I mean, I like the Stern stuff. Or that Peter King tweet was interesting, but I don't know how much there is to talk about.
I would love to do. I want to do so much more on the Stern stuff, and I feel like we're. Maybe we should do it tomorrow, but then maybe it's too late. I don't know. So the Stern thing to me is interesting. So obviously, I think you feel this way about Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
I cannot articulate, and obviously you just listen to me make fun of Moroso for an hour. I can't articulate how much Stern meant to me as a teenager. Like, he showed up at BCN at nights my junior year in high school. In my life at that point, radio was listening to essentially like the AM EEI and Dale Arnold's, and all of a sudden I heard Howard Stern, and I was like, holy shit, like this is like a light went off.
This guy's almost as edgy as Dale Arnold.
Yeah, like a light went off in my head. I was like, this is fucking incredible. And never, ever, 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 ever what interested me about Stern was strippers or any of that. It just,
with Opie and Anthony, I was the same. It didn't do anything for me.
I didn't care when they graded women. It didn't matter to me. Occasionally, you would have a famous guest on who was in on the joke, and they were great.
Yeah.
Like Alec Baldwin was good. Sting was on a lot. He was good. But, I didn't care about him interviewing famous people. It didn't matter to me at all. But he's gone away from that clearly, and I mean, people know
to
that.
the opposite of it. Like he used to bash celebrities. And
yeah. Oh my God, it was funny. He would go down. There'd be some A-lister in his term, not mine, which we'll play in a second. Some A-lister, and he'd shit all over them. I'm like, nobody else, because they'd play cuts of Barbara Walters would interview whoever, the most famous, Tom Cruise or something, and Tom Cruise a fucking empty head, and they would stop it like we were just doing with Moroso, essentially, and treat Cruise like we treat Moroso. And it was funny because no one else would do that. Because you'd be like, oh my God, they are stupid. Oh my God, these award shows are stupid.
And he would bash Barbara Walters for doing that kind of an interview.
Right, for the dumb questions. And everything was, nothing, absolutely nothing was safe from criticism. And I had never heard that. And if he had an issue with a program director, he was all over the country at that point, saying Omaha, he'd bring him on the radio and kick the shit out of him for 40 minutes. 40 minutes on the radio. BCM would have commercial breaks that were 25 minutes. And I didn't care. I would listen to them and wait for them to come back on. I was addicted to it. Me and my buddies would literally split $5-6 between us, put the gas in and drive around and listen to Stern for 2-3 hours. It was unbelievable. So I followed him everywhere. Obviously, huge influence. I'm not going to pretend he's not. But he's become a different person. And I don't, he's an old guy. I don't really mind it. I don't really care. It's what he wants to do. Like, I think Stern, at 65 now, if he was talking about fucking chicks, it would be weird. He's married.
Sure.
It would sound dumb.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between evolving and growing up and just doing the opposite of what you always did.
But it's basically saying that your career, I think what he's doing now, is saying this career was bullshit.
It was a lie. Yeah, he was never that guy.
Either he's lying now. I don't know which is which, whatever it is. But now he's obsessed, and he does it all the time. He released this book, which sucked. I just looked at it again at the bookstore this weekend, where he had Amy Schumer and fucking Gwyneth Paltrow and Stephen Colbert and all the beautiful people, and interviewed them, and Conan O'Brien and just that Lena Dunham.
Like the fact that he said Conan was his best interview ever.
It's bullshit. It's just
crazy.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
He did 500 interviews with Gilbert Gottfried that were better than any.
Right.
They just were. I mean, Gilbert Gottfried was the best guest ever on any radio show ever. I'd kill to have him on here. He's the best ever.
He would do this, I would think.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. So, he was the greatest. And now he's become obsessed with being loved, which is, maybe it was who he always was. So, the radio gunk people who are this podcast that essentially hate Stern.
Yeah.
They used to like me, used to love him, but now hate him. Found this old tape that somebody released, and he was at Sirius in 2013. It was giving the State of the Union address, basically.
Yeah. It's just like you do with us every Friday here. You have a big PowerPoint.
It's so
and you tell us.
You know what I thought watching? I listened to you. And MHB talk about it.
Yep.
I was honestly almost sad, seriously, listening to it because it just sounded like somebody. I've dealt with this in radio.
Yeah.
This sounded essentially like some radio consultant guy who, I can only imagine. I was listening to it thinking, I was picturing myself in 1994 driving around in my car and listening to Stern shit on some radio guy doing this.
Yeah.
Because
if Imus did this, he would have for months. He would have ripped the shit out.
Or any radio Johnny in America. It would have taken him 5 shows to get through this, 10 shows to get through this. I don't even know do we have it all cut up, Dave?
Yeah.
He talks about what he wants the show to be. First of all, he sounds like a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He's badgering these people who are sitting there thinking
people who have nothing to do with public relations.
Right. Stern goes on there and it's we just want play what cut do you have here?
You want to do the going after guests and stuff like that?
Yeah, so he's obsessed
Isn't that Gary's job? That's Gary's job. It's not everybody else in the auditorium.
Exactly. Yeah, he's yelling at writers.
But it's also I don't like having guests on unless I think they're interesting. And I learned that from Howard Stern. Mark Moroso is more interesting than Brad Pitt.
Right.
He just is. Brad Pitt, if you could say we got Brad Pitt on here tomorrow, I'd probably have him on. People would listen to it, we'd tweet it out, and you get some social reaction. But I wouldn't want to have Brad Pitt on twice because he's boring.
What are you going to talk about the next time?
I get why people have them on, but he's a fucking drip.
Yeah, but you can see that your audience is probably pretty split on that. You're an unbelievable interviewer. So
sure,
why wouldn't you?
But one time. But would I want to have Brad Pitt on recurring?
Yeah.
Because he's DiCaprio's a drip.
Yeah.
I'd have him on once and ask him some questions. He'd be very nice. Brady, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to say anything.
His most frequent guests now are Robert Downey Jr. and Alec Baldwin.
And Robert Downey Jr. has a clear... I remember a couple of years ago, he's being interviewed by somebody, and they asked him about his drug stuff, and he walked out.
Mm-hmm.
He has a clear, I'm not going to talk about this stuff. Stern is now told, and he's fine with it. He's told, you're not going to ask about this, and this. In the past, he would have, maybe would have
done it.
Maybe would have gone too far and sabotaged the interview, and that's what his audience wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So his audience is homophobic idiots.
Largely homophobic, as we learned as well. So he's obsessed with because I think when he has guests on, my theory is that Twitter rules everything now. Everyone says, oh, he's so thoughtful. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he's changed. And Lena Dunham tweets it out, and fucking Ellen tweets it out, and those people. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about his old audience anymore.
I like the excuse that he's changed. So when he was a 45-year-old guy, he didn't know that was wrong or that he should have been talking like that. Maybe
he's calling Wendy Williams. He's calling Wendy Williams a C word
2 weeks ago,
2 months ago.
Yeah, right.
And calling her a rock face and saying that she pisses standing up.
Right.
This is 2 months ago. And this guy, I don't know. Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird that he's gotten away with it. He's done blackface multiple times. I remember my mom was listening to my podcast once and told me not to swear. And she said, Howard Stern would never say the C word on air. And I was like, let me show you this video.
Right.
It's him calling Robin the N-word in blackface.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
But this was also 2013. Nobody was doing long-form interviews like that on radio. In general.
It was all podcast,
that's all people do.
Which he was bashing, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Let's go into the area of guests first. This is it for 2013. This was the vision I had in my office. I want weekly an A-list celebrity on our show, and 2 times a week I want a B-list celebrity. We're on 3 days a week. 3 days a week. The show is, as Gary says, dark, 10, 12 weeks, I don't know. We actually do 112 shows a year. This is a very realistic goal, but how are we going to get there? This is how we do it. Let's remind ourselves who we are.
So this is where it gets weird. Like, so I'm thinking, well, maybe Stern's obviously a really smart guy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he must have some like master plan, but his plan is to pretend to get fake Twitter accounts.
Just to get names.
How do we get the word out? So set up a fake Twitter account. Become 10 different people. I don't give a shit. And then when our core team says to you,
doesn't matter who they are, as long as they're
Lady Gaga. How many followers Lady Gaga have? 70 million?
Millions, yeah.
In 2013, she probably had 35 million followers.
Yeah.
So if 7 Stern accounts tweeted her, she's going to be like, oh my God, like, it's an old man. That's why I'm saying I feel bad. And then he's talking about, we're going to bring them in, and they're going to have a nice breakfast, and they're going to have a croissant, and they're going to look around, they're going to see pictures on the wall. They're going to say, this is a really professional place.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you fucking thinking?
Yeah, and he mentioned something about how he would, he went to the Daily Show and the people weren't dressed up. The staff wasn't dressed up. So he's like, I'll never go back there.
Never go back there again.
Like, why wouldn't you?
It's just the whole thing.
You were your Howard Stern. Why wouldn't that be the place for you?
He talks about how you start this fake account, and he talks to different guys on the show, and he's like, you're a Rush Limbaugh fan. Write Rush Limbaugh a letter. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you, are you that out of touch? Do you think that's how it works?
Yeah. Someone said, I think DEC might have said that, now we should be able to get Stevie Wonder on the show because I can just cry for him and tell me.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Now if you want Bill Burr, I'll be like, he made me do stand-up, Bill. Come into the show, please.
It's so far removed. It makes him seem like he's small, which bothers me. He's fucking Howard Stern.
Right.
Like, you should, if you want to go on the Howard Stern show, the way I would do it if I were Stern, he's way more successful than I am. I'd say, if you're a fan of the show and you like me, come on in. We're going to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah.
There are still guests, because I have Sirius, there's still guests who do that.
Huge.
And he had Jake Gyllenhaal on a couple weeks ago.
Bradley Cooper's like a fan of Howard Stern. Yeah.
And he's in on the joke, and he knew everything, and knew everything was in play. But, like, he keeps talking about Tom Cruise. Fucking Tom Cruise, first of all, for 9 million reasons, never going to go on the Stern show. And secondly, if he is, he's going to suck.
Yeah, and he won't be able to talk about Scientology
all the gay rumors, all that shit. None of that's going to be in play.
Well, he's never going to come on either because you reached out to him. He's going to come on because he reached out to you.
Because he's promoting something.
Right, he's got a movie coming out, and that's how it works.
And it's also a lot. Movies are typically promoted on Thursdays and Fridays when he just doesn't do shows.
Well, the other thing, he doesn't work, which is, he's earned it. He has a contract. I don't blame him. God bless him.
Yeah. And there's so many clips of that, like that radio gunk that you mentioned, that have of him, like, bashing radio shows, saying radio's a habitual medium. If people listen to radio shows every day, and if you're not in every day, they're going to turn it off.
Right.
And he's just against everything he used to claim to believe in.
Like, I honestly think our show yesterday was different. It was once in a while we're going to do that. I'll be out of town or something. We're going to post a long interview. But this is going to be like a radio show.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be an ongoing, day after day, like the Moroso thing is a little mini drama. We'll find out tomorrow and the next day. It's not a one-off. Like, that's not what radio shows should be. This is a radio show that's a podcast. Like, the Stern show, and I learned that from Stern. So many of these shows would drive me crazy in my old place. They'd be done. We'd do a show at 10, we're done at 2. See you tomorrow, we're going to talk about sports for 4 hours, nothing else. Doesn't matter if you missed today's show or not.
Yeah.
I think it's important to listen to. I don't know. But Stern, you're right, is he's kind of snapped.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Did it break a wall for you at all? Because this kind of ruined my image for him. No, not this specifically.
Oh.
I mean, when you found out that like Jackie was writing all of his jokes.
Oh, I heard you mention this, so I knew that. That was an ongoing bit.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I knew that for years now, but not until a long time ago.
Yeah, I think Stern was funny before Jackie came on. So, he was in other cities and doing stuff, but you're right.
Yeah.
And Stern has a team of writers.
Where it's like, imagine, like, I would be, the image would be totally gone of your talent if I came in here and someone was passing you notes of things to say to, like, make fun of me or whatever.
Right.
It's like, what is this?
It is weird, but they would make fun of Jackie, would write bad jokes and then make fun of them, and it was a weird, that's strange when you think about it. But boy, like, that fucking show when it was rolling, in the last hour of that show back in the day would be the news, and they would just shit on each other. They would shit on everybody. It was angry, but it was funny. It was fucking wild. And I can't believe the same guy who, like, schlepped up there to that
fucking podium and gave that speech, like, is the actual same human being.
Like a poor man's Steve Jobs giving a presentation.
That's the thing. He's so proud of himself, too. He's got, like, this PowerPoint.
Yeah.
He's like, what I'm thinking is,
with, like, 6 paragraphs on it.
Yeah. He's like, we got to get reaction. We got to get buzz. I'm like, this is, like, literally, like, these fucking stupid consultants who would come in and talk to us and would sit there and make fun of them on the air the next day. Stern would eviscerate this human being.
Right.
I'm, like, waiting for Stern to come in and make fun of this guy. What other cuts do you want to hear? Anything else, Mike?
There were a couple. I forget. He basically claimed, I don't know if you have these or not, but he kind of took credit for like Jerry Seinfeld,
Whitney
and
Cummings, and Seinfeld, and Letterman, and he basically said the Seinfeld show was dying.
Yeah,
before Seinfeld came on.
Yeah, and the Smashing Pumpkins guy had a number
Corrigan,
1 album because
he keeps talking
of
about
him.
that too, like top 10 albums. And
It's like Smashing Pumpkins was pretty big in the '90s. I don't know.
It just sounds like he's like he's like, who the fuck is Oprah?
Well, what do you call them? The Friends of the Court.
Our core.
He's like, they should
our core team.
Yeah.
Leverage friends of the court. What do I mean by friends of the court? Whitney Cummings was doing jack shit when we found her. She was in clubs. She was going nowhere fast. Jerry Seinfeld had a show called The Seinfeld Chronicles that was about to go off the air. He used our show. This woman was nowhere when she did our show. Jon Stewart used to come on when The Daily Show started, and he'd be a regular guest. What happened to this guy? I haven't even fucking seen him in years. On our show, Adam Levine owes us, man. When he was coming in and doing the show, nobody was looking for him
psychopath.
before the boys.
Like, I mean, now look,
Like some of those might be true. I bet
Totally
I'm
true.
sure he had influence in promoting the Daily Show and shit. But like Whitney Cummings got famous off the roasts.
But I have no doubt that Whitney Cummings, like her profile was raised by going on Stern. Of course,
Yeah, maybe, but
I mean, like his point is not wrong. But like the idea that he made them like. You know, the Seinfeld,
they owe him.
Like Seinfeld did go on when the Seinfeld show was struggling, but then like they put it on after Cheers. Like it wasn't, it had nothing to do with Howard Stern.
Yeah,
it was like people were like, oh my god, I'm gonna go find this show, and yet and he talks about like albums, and you're like, what the?
And
fuck?
he bashes Oprah's book club. I mean, he used to bash like Oprah's book club. And
Now he wants to be like Oprah.
And now he wants to have it.
I know.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's right. Like Oprah's book club, it's not for me. I don't read those books.
But it's huge.
Enormously successful.
Yeah,
of course it is. But now he used to shit. The idea that like the Howard Stern want to be like Oprah, he used to fucking destroy Oprah. Right. By the way, complete with like he would say things like, "Why does Oprah talk in this voice here and this voice here and do impressions and all that shit, everything?" And now but honestly, like I find that like a celebrity like Russell Crowe was on a few weeks ago, it's the safest place in the world. Like you are not going to be in any trouble, at all. And as a listener, I don't want that from Stern. I can go somewhere else for that. Like that's
just funny because I've heard older listeners say that if you listen like closely back in the '90s, you could tell as much as he bashed like Carson and Leno and those guys, he wanted to be
them.
Yeah.
No question. He would talk about being in his basement in his house before he got divorced, and like everyone's out, and he's just by himself watching tapes, and he sounded like lonely, and he wanted to have famous friends.
So I think as much as he became a rich, successful radio guy, he always hated the idea that he was the guy that threw baloney at strippers, and
yeah. And now he's trying to remove himself from that. And he's, by the way, I guess he's got, like you said, nothing sticks to him, and he did horrendous stuff.
But also, if you go to 10 people on the street and say 3 words that define Howard Stern, it's
gross,
strippers, vulgar.
What else did I want to hear?
Here's where we fall short. We had an experience years ago. John Bon Jovi was going to do us a favor. He couldn't get upstairs. Couldn't get in the building.
This is
what
weird.
He said, fuck you guys. He tried to get in once. Second time he gave up and said, fuck you. He was pissed. Who the fuck are we? Bon Jovi's a big star, sold 80 million albums or some ridiculous amount like that. He's doing us a favor, and he can't get into the building. 2013, what happens? When Bon Jovi or anybody else comes into this building, there's an escort waiting for them in the lobby. They're brought up in the elevator. They're escorted in and out of the green room. They're escorted to and from the bathroom. They're escorted in and out of the studio. They're escorted to the elevator and down to the lobby, no exceptions. The person who's going to do this is Ronnie.
That's why you're having a whole meeting about it. Just tell Ronnie.
It's weird.
When I left the Jimmy Kimmel show the last time.
Oh, here we go. This is bizarre.
About 2 weeks later, I get a box in the mail with a lovely thank you note. Picture of myself and Jimmy, framed the Jimmy Kimmel show, and a beautiful note.
So basically what he's saying is...
You did that for Sue O'Connell, right?
What he's basically saying is he wants the show to do that, and that's fine. I get no big deal. But like, there's like a bunch of people there. It's not there. Like, it's got to be somebody's specific.
It's got to be someone's job, or Gary should be telling them this or something. It doesn't seem like you need to hold a meeting to scold him.
He talks about he was on the Leno show and they rolled out the red carpet and how they should actually do that.
That was the best. He goes literally roll out the red carpet, and we should do that.
Like, you don't think a celebrity would feel like an asshole if they did that? Like,
could you imagine the things that like Jackie Martling or Artie Lang would say if you rolled out the red carpet for Jennifer Aniston,
Gwyneth Paltrow or Reese Witherspoon or whoever? Like fucking. Ed Sheeran. Like, you feel like an asshole.
Unbelievable.
Do you have that, Dave, or no?
I want them to walk in and see success. I want the red carpet rolled out for them. Now, I don't mean figuratively, I mean literally. I had a wonderful experience years ago. I did the Tonight Show with Jay Leno before we were on the outs. I got out of my car. They rolled out a red carpet for me. I was embarrassed. It was a little over the top. Fuck. I've never forgotten it. We will buy a red carpet. And when a guest walks in, we will roll out the red carpet.
In a weird way, I was thinking this over the weekend. I listened to this a couple of times. In a weird way, it's not totally dissimilar, just handled differently than what Dave did with the Barstool employees, but not dressing properly. In a weird way, like there's sort of, I could see a line where it's an older guy saying to younger people, like, get your shit together.
Yeah.
There's a way.
That was after an event that they disrespected.
But its core, like, he's probably right. I guarantee you that show is super laid back, like Barstool is. And you got to kind of get some of your shit together. But that's a conversation for two people. It's not a conversation to bring in 50 people and bring it. Like, it's just
PowerPoint.
Silly. Like, it doesn't. Yeah. By the way, when you do that, this is when these famous people get disconnected from reality. They don't know everyone in the room fucking hates you right there. They fucking hate your guts. They're like, why are you? We're working. Like, what the fuck? Like, by the way, Stern works 3 days a week, 30 weeks a year. They work all the time.
Right.
Like, they're not. They
Which I don't understand.
Schedule.
Not only, so I mentioned like Jackie being a writer before. Now they have, I've heard this number. I could be wrong. 70 writers on their staff?
No. They have a staff of 70 people.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. They don't have 70, but they have like 10 writers.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they're writing. I have to admit, I don't listen to the show. There are like, I haven't listened to the show in so long. If you go to Sirius has two channels, New Stern and Old Stern.
Yeah.
Even the Old Stern has gotten rid of the good Old Stern. So it's like recent Old Stern.
Right.
So I don't even really listen. They doesn't have Jackie. I go to YouTube once in a while to listen to old stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Like, there are new characters on this new show. I don't know who they are. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they still do a lot of bits. I don't know if they still do a lot of stuff. But he's talking about how Richard and Sal, if you listen to the Stern Show, Richard and Sal are like characters on the show, and he wants them to write stuff to celebrities and like.
He wants Richard
Limbaugh.
He wants Richard to send a clip of him
Brad
crying, saying he loves Brad Pitt.
Because they're both from Kansas?
I guess so.
And like Brad Pitt, like that's not connected to reality. It's an idea that like you would have like a shit third-rate radio station where you'd be like, let's try and get fucking, whoever, I don't know, Taylor Swift on. Like, it's not real. And like, it's so depressing for me to hear Stern say this. It'd be one thing if I was saying it, it'd be, it's fucking Howard Stern. He's the biggest figure in the history of radio.
I've never seen an end of a career like that where it's like he was a legend and he's almost done everything in a weird way to gain acceptance by the mainstream, but the mainstream hasn't really accepted him.
No.
And his hardcore fans hate him now.
Right.
So it's a bizarre end to a historic career.
And by the way, like he's focused on this and he did a whole book on it. He's a great interviewer.
Yeah.
He's a curious guy. He's funny. Like, he's a great interview. He's not afraid he used to not be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, he asks shit I would be interested in.
Yeah, he'll sort of have somebody on, like he'll have on Russell Crowe from a few weeks ago. I didn't listen to it, but I saw tweeted out. He'd ask him like, hey, I think it was Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, roles you turn down.
Yeah, like that's stuff.
That's interesting.
That's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
Like if I had Brad Pitt on, I'd say, hey, geez, I heard you were up for this role. But what, that's, I don't want to fucking hear about, hey, tell me how great it was to work with, it's just stupid. He knows that because he used to listen to shitty radio, but now he kind of wants to do that. It's so fucking weird.
My thing was how he threatened people. Like, all these people have nothing to do with guest booking. He made them all feel like they would lose their job.
Yeah, right.
You don't have a job in 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. If you're sitting in that room and you walk out of that after 45 minutes, what you just heard is like 45, 50 minutes of that.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? You're thinking, this guy's a fucking, like, monster.
Because it would be like if you were yelling at me for not getting Howard Stern on.
Yeah, I'd be like, right.
What am I going to do? I don't know.
Right. And, like, there are also, by the way, some people who just don't want to go on Howard Stern's show.
Right.
Like, that's just part of it, too. Like, fuck, I don't want to go on fucking Stern. No.
Well, that's the thing, too, is it sounds like he's very, I don't know if jealous is the word or what it is. Insecure, probably the best word, that he's in such an isolated, like you hear him throw out the number. We have 23 million listeners.
They do not.
They do not. Sirius has that number, and barely. Because Sirius kind of fudges the numbers because people get it for free in their car.
Well, Stern's assuming, what I got to listen to is Stern's assuming or lying that everyone who has Sirius is listening to him.
Right.
Right. And
he said at least 60% of people that have Sirius listen to him, which is like,
know that?
There's no way he knows because they don't. Maybe they tell him, but they don't tell most of their people the numbers. And there's 10 million talk shows on there. As much as we make fun of it, there's sports channels, there's music a ton of music channels.
Right. Yeah,
that's probably what. Honestly, most people probably have it for the music. Commercial free music.
Barstool, there's 5 million things. I don't know, whatever. But I mean, Like, let's put it this way: if 10 million people were still listening to Stern every day,
you'd hear more about it.
It'd be much more of a social media presence.
There'd be trending when there's a big guest on.
He's right that they never make any. Like Stern made a deal in some ways in Boston World. I sort of did as well. That you're going to trade some of your listeners for something else. I honestly feel maybe my ego's crazy. I feel like we have more. Maybe it's because we follow each other. I feel like we have more of a fucking buzz.
I mean, Barstool certainly does.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's crazy. Like I feel like Stern has gone away.
Yeah,
but by the way, he doesn't work a lot. Like I know what to expect.
That's the thing.
Like I took a couple of days off last week. It was driving me crazy. I knew no one was around, but I'm like, I just started here. What the fuck? I want to work. Like,
and as much as Howard Stern, people forget about you. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
You turn on Bill Burr or Joe Rogan or whatever other podcast because Stern's just not on anymore.
Right. And he's earned it. Like he's earned it.
Which that's fine, but just don't tell us how hard a worker you are.
Right. There's also that. You can't have it both ways. He's had the greatest career ever. But he seems obsessed with lighting that career on fire.
Like, people were giving you shit, not really, but, like, joking around that, like, oh, you took the Wednesday off before the 4th of July?
Right.
It's like Howard Stern takes weeks off around holidays, which is insane.
Look, I used to take 6-7 weeks off a year. Like, that's, you sign a contract. That's part of the deal. But you can't be like you said, he talked about... He was talking about how he was up till 2 or 3 in the morning every day. It's just fucking...
He says he uses the off days to put work into the show.
Right.
And it's like, how much could you really do?
If you're some worker making $45 grand, $50 grand, you hear this guy making $100 million saying this.
Work around the clock.
Yeah, like, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Like, that is when you sound like a total asshole.
Yeah.
Anything else, Dave? Anything else jump out?
My God. The news department.
What you got right?
When we have successes, I want you crowing about it. You are our propaganda arm. So not only are you going to be working with our core team to put together propaganda pieces to send to publicists, we'll also put it on the radio. And after we put it on the radio, we're going to cut up those pieces and send them to management and publicists.
I mean, what year does that sound like to you, honestly?
Well, am I wrong, or is propaganda lies? Like, is he saying lie to the...
Propaganda can be true.
Oh, okay,
I mean, it can be true, but it's also... Like, the Stern news team, they started at Sirius. When Stern started at Sirius, he was still Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Artie was there. He was just from regular radio. There was his wife wasn't part of his world really yet. This other woman who was kind of changed, this Marcy Turk weird figure who's changed his thought, not around yet. So he was still wild. They had a news team that was essentially like a joke. It was almost like they would just do funny shit.
Right.
I don't know what they do now, but like, you're right. Like, he's basically like, in what year does it sound like we're like, they're going to send clips out? Like, what?
Yeah. Well, the I would say the death nail in the coffin was when Artie tried to kill himself and they got rid of him.
And they never talked about him.
And never talked about it. And then Marcy Turk, I think, is the big thing.
Yeah,
but I think even before that, when Artie left.
Yeah, it just changed the entire attitude of the show. I mean, and I get it from like a host perspective. Like 10 years ago, I was sort of like, fuck Stern. I can't believe he let Artie do this. But Artie was fucked up all the time.
Oh, well, now he's in and out of jail all the time.
He was on heroin.
You kind of had to do it. But
yeah, it's like sort of, but like to not acknowledge it.
It's bizarre. And not acknowledge him now when he's talking shit about him. That's completely anti-Stern.
Totally anti. So he's never had him on. It's strange. And maybe he feels, I don't know. Like Stern is a person. I'm not going to get into he could be the biggest asshole in the world. He could be the nicest guy. I have no fucking idea. That world is like weird to me. I don't like the not giving money, like I don't know. I have no idea. But this Stern is fucking creepy. I'm just picturing, imagine sitting there. You're like, that's what I don't get is when people get so removed from being that person. Like you're sitting there, when you're standing there lecturing these people, I would like to think I would still know that half these people are like, can we just finish this so I can go get lunch?
Right.
So we can go make fun of this old fucking guy, which is, exactly what happened. And then the next day, in the old day in the Stern world, the next day, a couple people would come in and make fun of him for giving that speech.
Yeah.
I never heard word one about this thing, ever.
Well, I wonder what his reaction is because people must still do it. Even celebrity. Like if celebrities come up and say, hey, I listened to you when Gilbert Gottfried was on or whatever, does he acknowledge the fact that he completely ignores that now, like in his personal life? I mean, even.
I read some interviews and listened to some of the podcasts he did, and of course for his tour for the book. Which, by the way, like this book is a perfect example. I know it probably was #1 the first week, but it's no buzz, nothing.
Yeah,
like his old books
because there's nothing in it. It was just who gives a shit?
Recycled interviews. His old books were literally like rock concerts when he showed up at these book signings. This was nothing, and I listen to his interviews. He talks about how he's just matured and changed, and he's embarrassed about how he used to be. And he can't believe how angry he was. And
he accepts the money for doing it, though, right? I'm so embarrassed.
But it's also like that Wendy Williams thing was 2 months ago. Like, he's still that.
That's the thing.
That to me was a moment where I was like, oh my god. So when you said he's changed. He
hasn't changed. He's still that
This is just him admitting he's a star fucker now.
Yeah,
that's a better way to say it.
Back in the old days, he wasn't pretending. Now he's pretending.
Right.
That's, to me, when I heard that, I was like, did you actually hear it? Because it's been wiped out.
Oh, yeah. No,
it was fucking wild.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pissed
old
off.
school Stern. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anything else from this?
No, it's all the same shit.
Yeah. I like that part about the red carpet. If we can find that.
That was hilarious.
It's fucking crazy because he talked about when because Leno tried to get him on for years. And he went on the Leno show, and Leno made like a joke out of it. Well, as usual, the most obvious joke for Leno. Rolled out the red carpet, and he walked down the red carpet, and it was kind of like funny, like we finally got
so
him.
it was a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah.
And he's referencing that as if it's like,
yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, we finally got this guy on. Like, remember when Letterman finally had Oprah on? It was like that. It was a big joke.
Oh, wow.
It Stern's like every time we have a guest on, we're going to roll the red.
That's almost like a skit. Like if Stern hosted SNL, he would be playing a guy that would be ordering his employees to make fake Twitters and roll the red carpet out for
Do you have the Twitter part or no?
I don't think so.
No,
that was the one that got leaked a few months. That was like the first
I'd
part
heard that. Right, where he commands them to
make 10 Twitter accounts. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and you want to get whoever on, whoever the biggest star in the world is.
So me, Steve, and Dave will each make 10 Twitter accounts and tweet Bruce every day and tell him to come on.
Well, I was appreciative. I remember a few months ago, a bunch of the listeners wanted me to go on Joe Rogan's podcast. It was very nice. It was great. But I remember thinking, like, he's not going to really give a shit.
No, but if he sees a lot of Twitter... There is a thing with Rogan where if he sees a ton of shit on social media, he'd have you on. Maybe. But it's also like, you didn't say, hey, guys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I think people thought it would be an interesting conversation.
For sure, yeah. I still think it would be good.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going at tweeting to his producer, too. Like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But that was organic.
And you would be the kind of guy Rogan would have on and find interesting.
And I would never say, like, hey... You know what? I want to go on Joe Rogan's podcast. Let's make up some fucking fake Twitter. Like, I would feel like such an asshole.
Right.
Like,
well, that's the other thing too. Is everyone that was tweeting that we were real people.
Right.
We were human beings.
We were all parodying.
Well, yes, that's true.
But I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I just don't know why Stern. I don't know. It fascinates me. I don't know why Stern wants to have fucking Tom Cruise on so bad.
Yeah, I don't
wants
know.
to have Brad Pitt on so bad. Like, he's Howard Stern. He doesn't need them.
I don't know. I like both of that shit though. To be honest with you, like I love the Russell Crowe interview. I love finding out that he could have got 10%. Of what was it, Game of Thrones or whatever?
Yeah, but what if Cruise doesn't say anything though?
Right. That's the thing is, why does he need why does he gets celebrities on? Yeah. So why does he need more? You know what I mean?
Imagine
why is
being
the
a celebrity
we have to get
going on his show? Like, fuck you.
Well, it depends who you are, right? I mean, I guess, but like, but if
he's saying he made Jerry Seinfeld, what do you think? Bill Burr's thinking.
Well, that's the crazy thing is like you'll hear guys like Burr. Like Burr went on for the first time a couple years ago, and he talks about it like I went on with this legend, like he couldn't believe it, which is cool. I guess.
I found the interview underwhelling.
Oh yeah,
like I like
sure
Burr obviously, but I didn't. It was not his fault. I just think Stern didn't know who he was.
Burr's better when you're shooting the shit. Yeah,
right. Like Stern didn't know who he was. He didn't really know Rogan is. Like,
but it's funny hearing Burr talk about him with like respect, where it's like obviously you don't listen every day because that's not what he is anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah. It's good. Which is
the guy. So even the guys that come in that respect him don't respect what he's doing now.
No, respect who he was.
Right.
Yeah, it's like Letterman. Like now, he's sort of become that. That
just an older guy. Yeah.
Yeah. At times, but it is weird. Like I don't know. Like Seinfeld, obviously. Like I maybe it did help that sitcom. I have no idea.
I'm sure on some level, but it didn't make it number one for 9 years.
Of course not. It's the most successful sitcom of all time. But Seinfeld was also, by the way, a hugely successful stand-up comedian for a decade before the fucking show. I mean. He was on Carson probably 30 times.
When it meant something too,
yeah, for sure. Like that is weird. Yeah, I wonder what Seinfeld. But it's weird. Like this, Stern is. I think you said it. It's kind of like Trump in the way that like nothing sticks to him. Like this leak thing has made no real news.
No.
Like I know it's kind of hard to find and it's kind of weird, but nobody's written about it. Nobody's talking about it, which in a way is damning on Stern as well.
Correct, because he has no social media presence.
None.
Well,
like,
Stern,
put it this way: imagine if we found this out about Dave.
Right.
If he did this.
Right.
Or even locally about me. Like, I would get, it would be like, but if it was Dave, it would be this big, and people would be jumping on him because he has enemies. Stern has no enemies anymore.
It's funny.
That's the other thing.
I was about to say, it's weird that Stern gets this pass of like, yeah, but that's who he, if old audio comes up or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's who he was. But if a joke comes out that Portnoy makes, it's like, oh my, can you believe this sexist monster? And it's like, why doesn't Portnoy or you get that same pass? I don't understand.
Right. And by the way, like a Soledad O'Brien, probably go on Stern show.
Oh, definitely.
Like the joke around Maddow goes on there.
Oh, you're a naughty boy, Howard, you know?
Oh, why were you doing that back then? And by the way, obviously I'm on Stern's side back then. Like I have no issue with it. But it's just is everything. It comes down to hypocrisy. Yeah. But honestly, like the thing I felt seriously, like as I felt kind of bummed out. I was like, this is sort of depressing to hear this guy. And this is almost 7 years ago now. Sitting there talking about how they should print out things and get sandwiches for guests and make sure there's nice posters on the wall. And I'm like, this fucking guy is so much smarter than this. Yeah. What happened?
It makes you feel like everything you listened to was a lie.
Yeah.
Like if I found out if Bill Burr was really a mild-mannered, polite guy, it would crush me.
Yeah, from like the Midwest or something.
It's almost worse than a lie. It's pathetic. I mean, I'm a nobody, and I know that celebrities are going to come to me if they want to get promotion for something.
I mean, you always ask. I mean,
of course. Especially if it's someone you really want or something.
Look, if Stern said to Gary, I want to have Tom Cruise on, you fucking try and get Tom Cruise
on. You send the email, and you prove that you sent the email.
Right, but I mean, you don't sit there and beg.
Commit Harry Carey.
Yeah.
Slit your wrists.
Imagine me being like, yeah, Mike, like, boy, I really want to have on fucking Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Write him a letter. Just write him a letter. Write his publicist a letter. We're going to put together. We'll put together some promotional stuff. We'll say we're number one on iTunes, and a bunch of people like us, and we'll talk about the guests we had on. And we'll send them a pamphlet. Like, what are we doing?
But not only that, it would have to be like I'd have to make a video of what a heroic story I have. You know what I mean? It's like
so strange.
That's not what this show is supposed to be.
It fucking bummed me out. Yeah. I listened to twice back to back, and I was like, this guy.
I can't even imagine a consultant. I mean, you've obviously dealt with consultants.
Yeah.
If you were saying that shit to me, or saying it to Steve or whatever, like that would depress the fuck out of me in that moment. When you hear a consultant say this shit, it is the craziest shit.
Well, I've been lucky in that the consultants, when they dealt with me in radio, generally leave me alone because numbers were always good, and they would say things. All consultants would care about always was the clock. They were obsessed because that's the one thing they can sort of semi-point to in their minds and be like, well, it's great. I remember we met with a consultant. This was 2 years ago in the summer when we were doing like 15, 16 ratings, massive numbers. And the guy's like, it's great. He's like, I have nothing to complain about. He's like, you should probably do a better job teasing into the break and make sure you hit the brakes. And I was like, sure, no problem. He left, and I was like, fuck off. Like, I have no, like, these guys are not real people. They're not, they even dress like.
It's a thing you say to sound like you're in the know in radio.
Right. They dress like a consultant would dress in like an Adam Sandler movie. Like, the whole thing's a joke, you know, and just like, it's just such an empty job. But you're right, and that's exactly what this sound. There's no difference. It's like the intellect, like, you expect Stern. Like if he's mad, if he thinks people are slacking, if he thinks they fucked up, definitely probably possible. Bring them in. I'm like, okay, maybe he's got some smart, coherent, but he didn't. It was sad.
Yeah, there could have easily been a scene in Private Parts where Paul Giamatti was giving this speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get him a nice breakfast and roll the carpet out for him, and then Stern would roll out the fake carpet and bring out like a totally ridiculous guest, like Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf or something.
WNBC.
Or Beetlejuice would come in the red carpet. Like, are those guys part of his world anymore?
They don't acknowledge. Some are. There's pardon my language, but Gary the Retard became like Gary the Conqueror.
Slow adult. Yeah. Wendy the
slow adult. I don't know if any. I know those they call sometimes. I think.
Right.
Yeah. And that Marianne from Brooklyn, I think. But I heard he doesn't take a lot of calls anymore either.
Godfrey's gone, and all those guys are.
Godfrey's not allowed in and didn't do anything.
Right.
Like there was never like with Artie. At least there was an incident.
Right.
With Stuttering John, there was an incident of him.
Gilbert's too.
Gilbert's been nothing but loyal to the guy and not allowed in. Yeah.
Fucking depressing. All right, we're back tomorrow. Did we miss anything today? Who knows? I'm sure we'll have Moroso follow up. I have no doubt. You're going to be talking to him now. You've now put the call out.
I forgot I did that.
Jesus,
I forgot I did that.
It's a mistake. That's a mistake.
Getting texted all hours of the night.
How'd you feel, Dave? You did okay?
It was all right. I was getting, technical shit ready. So
what'd you think, Mike? Dave did okay?
I think he did a great job.
I feel in the room. I mean, you guys were pretty hard on me last week. So.
I got a rundown last night, which told me everything we might talk about.
Did you use that? That was nice. Did you go to the Google Doc?
No,
you didn't even look at it.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, it's good. That's good. I have no problem with that. Yeah. That's good.
I will say that it was kind of ridiculous that Kirk asked me to reach out to Alan Dershowitz last night.
No, I'm not. How'd it go?
That isn't a joke.
It was timely.
Legit. Yeah,
it was timely.
It's crazy.
Did he get back to you or no?
He didn't, unfortunately.
Maybe we'll hear from Professor Dershowitz as well. I'm trying to think what else we get for tomorrow. Anything else? We're talking Adam Carolla this week?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was on his show.
He turned down Jeff Foxworthy, by the way.
Didn't turn me down.
Who turned down Jeff Fox?
You did.
I did.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Oh, that I can see.
Yeah. I have no. I have no. Why would I want to talk to Jeff?
I don't know. I thought you were kind of going along that lines of wanting to do more interviews like that, like wanting to find out.
Last couple of weeks.
No, I know, but I didn't know if it was like getting your feet wet.
Comedians. I wouldn't mind you having more comedians on for my own sake, but like I don't think Jeff Foxworth is one of those guys.
No, I know he's super random. It's
I don't even know. Like I don't know other than like the obvious jokes that the bread. I don't know.
Now, Jeff, if I were to take the wheels off of my house,
I don't have any. Like Corolla. Why you want to be part of the Corolla interview?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
No, it's 12:15.
He had me on his show. I used to do a segment for Barstool.
I heard you the first time.
Well, I was telling you why I was.
Go ahead.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Oh shit! I actually like. I think Corolla's.
I like Corolla a lot. Yeah,
I like him.
He's the only guy I can think of that does this format where it's like a daily podcast.
Correct. I want to talk to him about that and about Stern, by the way, because he's a big part of that world too. So all right, so we'll have him on and do a bunch of other shit. Back tomorrow. We're back tomorrow at Red 13 Studios, by the way. We're right here where we've been doing the show. The AC is on. Place is great. We're 3-4 weeks in now, Mike. Is it the fourth week?
This is the fourth week.
Third week? Fourth? Whatever it is. Fourth week, you might be right. And it's been easy. Come in, walk out, no problems. Absolutely leave us alone. Unless you need help, and they come and help us. You want to do your music, you want to do a podcast, you want to do whatever. They've worked with Kirk Minihane, Tom Brady, Under Armour. Was it red13studios.com? Is that right? Go to red13studios.com to find out all your information. They're expanding as well. Great prices. Again, everyone wants to do a podcast right now. This is the place to do it. Sounds good. Price is right. Very easy. Go to red13studios.com for that. We'll be back tomorrow with who knows what. I'm sure we'll have some crazy shit going on, some updates.
All-Star Game talk?
Yeah, Jesus. Is that tonight?
I think so, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Home run derby was last night.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
You missed that?
I saw there was a guy. This is how I touch him. Somebody in the Mets who has 30 home runs I've never heard of.
Yeah.
This is the guy they always tweet about in Barstool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who is that? Alonzo?
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, he's a big up-and-coming star. Okay, he's a young guy, to be fair. You wouldn't know. You shouldn't know.
I have no idea. Yeah. All right. So I want an A-list guest. Is Kroll an A-list or B-list?
He's a B-list. So we got one of the two B-lists.
Okay, like an A-list guest for Wednesday. Who do you want to get? I'd like to have Bruce Springsteen on.
I'm on it.
That seems like it should
be
easy.
Wednesday.
I'll just tell him he's going on The View. Not a big deal.
Just tell him I'm a big fan. Okay, I'll write him a letter. I'll say how much he meant to me, and if I want him in studio, obviously.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I'd like a
little breakfast for him, if that's okay, and like some pictures up here, and I'd like red carpet for him. Is that so much to ask? Or no?
That's not much to ask.
We get a pamphlet for him too for his publicist, so we just don't know what they're dealing with.
We're on it.
Good. We'll
get the TV department on it.
All right, back tomorrow.
This was pretty reprehensible. I don't know how it can be anybody's idea of humor.